How's everybody doing tonight? Today is Thursday, 9 p.m. Coffee Talk and Tech. Let's get our groove on. You all ready for the holidays? I'm not. Well, let's see if we can figure out what the last year has been like, because it's felt like it's gone through so fast, and I'm kind of excited for what the new year is bringing. So let's turn down some music, and if you don't know who I am, my name is John Ryan, Coffee Talk and Tech. We do a live stream here on Thursdays, and then over at my co-host station, J.A. Smith, on Tuesdays, 9 p.m. Eastern. So let's just go check in and bring in Jeff in. I want to get to this tonight. I don't really want to waste too much time and hop to it because it's a lot to cover. So let's get Jeff. How you doing, brah? How you doing?
Brah?
What's going on?
Hook me up. Not much. I was a little late. I had to write you. I'm like, I'll be there.
Oh.
I lost track of time.
I knew you were coming.
You don't care.
I knew you were
don't
coming.
care. You were like, well, it's fine. I get to finally do a solo show. Yeah.
I was like, I got to go solo.
Christmas came early for you. You get to run this solo and have a good time.
So,
oh my goodness, man.
There's so much to cover. I don't even know where to really begin this year because it seems like so much. But I think we got to start somewhere. And these people are crazy in the chat tonight. They're like having a party in the chat. And to be honest with you, that's what it's supposed to be like.
I think so. It's what I want. I want party time.
Let's see who's in the house.
We'll learn something along the way.
I know Cashew is here, that's for sure. How you doing?
Rama Lama Ding Dong.
I like that. That's what I would say. Yeah, this is going to be fun. So, so I saw them.
We've come a long way. We've come a long way in 2021. My focus, I screwed up my focus. I got to get back on the eyeball. But come a long way now that you're up there talking about Llama Llama Ding Dongs and you think it's funny.
Oh, well, I'm going to get...
We did not start out...
If you didn't notice the thumbnail, the whole purpose of having a couple llama on there was to show kind of the full circle of things. So I saw everybody partying in here, so I wanted to say, hey, what's going on in here? It's like a big party. So they're all chatting amongst each other. Roxanne saying hi. She's smudging. She's throwing stuff around. She's sprinkling fairy dust everywhere.
Are they messing up the room?
They pretty much are, and it's kind of like I thought it was a good move anyway. So, you don't have to have the same chair here. Let's mix it up. It doesn't matter, to tell you the truth. And
you know, you got to get here early, or you get a different chair. And the ones that have the squeaky legs and the bad backs, that's for people who show up late.
Yeah, and then Vince, he's in the house. He's like, it's Thursday. And to tell you the truth, it almost feels like, is Thursday here already? It happened so fast. So it's kind of crazy that it did. And Brian Griffin's in the house. How you doing?
Hi, Brian.
There's a lot of stuff, going on, and it's going to be a lot to cover. But I want to get to some of it because this year just blew by. And there's Joe, Flippin' Sports Guy. He's an eBay reseller. If you've never seen eBay resellers, Tommy Bernhardt's podcast has them, and he's friends with all these guys. That's how we met some of them. And they do some interesting stuff, and it's a great way to make some side cash too. So check out these guys' channels if you're ever interested in that stuff. But he's saying it feels like there should be a cartoon version of John dancing on the screen with the music. That might happen. This
is
someday.
A cartoon version.
You don't know. I'm like a big cartoon character. Tinkerbell Vlog, how you doing? Great to see you. Thanks for coming in and saying hi. I appreciate that. Mommy Lala's here. Hi, John. Hi, Cashew. She's saying Sammy must be in the house because she's saying hi to Sammy. But oh, there he is. Hey, what's going on, Sammy? How are you, brother? Hope you're doing good. Yeah, so, man, this has been a crazy year, but I think I pretty much covered most people here. The pleb traders in the house. Thank you, man. I hope things are going a little bit smooth with your Wave XLR. I hope things are working out and getting a little smoother, because I'd be interested to know. Abel's Treasures is here. How you doing? Thank you for coming in, man. I hope you're doing good. Watching you doing more and more videos and growing and expanding your horizons every minute. That's what it's all about, because I just want to like express that. You go back, if anyone's seen any of my videos here or looked at anything, you will notice
you
that
do videos
a year and a half ago. Well, I used to. That a year and a half ago,
no videos.
They like the videos were just starting and they were pretty bad. And I don't know if they've gotten tremendously better, but the thing is they definitely have gotten better. And it just takes hard work to make it happen. And Jeff and I are in the same boat with just growing and moving along. No, I'm not using a mic. This is all phonetically transferred through the capsules of my JBL speakers.
If you haven't picked up on it, so on Thanksgiving, they came out with the monitors that just absorb John and I's voice.
Right.
I'm sorry. They only made 2, so good luck with that.
YouTube gave them out to us first.
I don't know why. Massive channel.
They said something about for how much streaming we've done, and no one knows who the hell we are. We were hoping that they could bring this technology to a new level. So that's what we're hoping.
We kept. I'm going to be honest with you. We single-handedly kept the YouTube lights on. Okay, by streaming this year, we streamed so much they could pay their light bill over at YouTube.
Yeah. I don't know what we did, but
you listen.
I forgot what we did. It happened. So there was so much that happened. But hi, Ken. How you doing, man? Daniel, the bearded.
Nice to see you, Ken.
How's it going? I hope you're doing
Daniel.
good. We got
I love that avatar.
Healthy bearded. How you doing, man? We got beards in the house. Beards in the house. So it's awesome. Jay Cruz, thanks for coming in. That's another Jersey guy. So, and what's really cool is this channel, if I'm not mistaken, is the second channel he started. He's got a beard channel, but he started this channel, and it's all about his pretty much his moving forward with his health and losing weight and getting healthier. So that's kind of cool to be able to do something like that, because it kind of documents what you're trying to do. So
right. Exactly, which is great.
Sammy, it seems like every week goes faster and faster here. It's
this
just
is from
crazy.
a guy who is not even 18 yet, and he's talking about how life's just blowing by. I'm like, Sammy, slow down, smell the roses, buddy.
But yeah. So basically, here's my mom too. I want to say hi to her. How you doing, Mom? Nice to see you.
Marlene, how you doing?
Thanks for coming in. What is this up here? How many llama t-shirts do I have now? The one on your thumbnail was darn cute. Are you going to hold soft toys during the streams by next year? No. But
all good ideas.
That was a good catch that you saw that on the thumbnail. And I did that for a reason. And I knew Jeff would catch it. And right away he mentioned that, that's something that, I don't know. It was kind of like awkward probably for me. It was kind of weird. And now it's kind of like we're embracing the whole thought process of it and just having fun with it. And I think it's just the having fun. It actually worked to my benefit, I think, in the beginning when I resisted it, because then all you guys were like, okay, John doesn't really fly with this. Well, let's pound it to him. So you guys were busting my chops, and it was kind of fun and funny. And so, I
almost wore, it's funny because I almost wore that shirt tonight. And that would have been hilarious because I was right on the edge, almost wore it. And now that you're wearing it, it would have been really funny to not have talked to you.
Right.
Supposed to wear.
I thought you would have worn it, but I think you're probably waiting for next week, and I was kind of too.
Yeah.
I might wear it again next week.
So no, it'll be dirty.
Jen's a little upset that you weren't on the thumbnail, but really the 2 llamas was enough. I couldn't add Jeff in there too. It was almost too much.
Well, there's plenty of room on the thumbnail if you really care. It's really about desire at the end of the day. There's plenty of real estate on the thumbnail. It's priorities. Look, I get it, man. There's not enough room on the Titanic door that's floating in the water.
I'm not going to make any excuses.
And you went llama.
I just didn't want
llamas
Jeff
can come on the door with the girl, but me and Leonardo DiCaprio are left in the cold waters.
That's it, man.
That's how it went down.
You're frozen. So here's something special. This might be the first time, but it might be the first time or second time that she stopped in here. But this is my sister who now lives in Florida. So please, if you're here, guys, give a big shout out to my sister Carrie. She's 5 years younger than me, and we were super close. Growing up, it was her and I, and so I always miss her much. And so I just wanted to say hi. And I haven't kept up my end of the deal, probably talking with anybody for the last few years, but it doesn't mean that I don't love them. It doesn't. I promise.
Out of the two of you, which one is stronger and which one's smarter?
Stronger? Probably her both. Everybody's stronger and smarter than
Good
me.
answer.
So,
Good answer, sir.
No, we would never leave out a Wisconsin guy. That we would never.
Well, he couldn't even pronounce it. He's so New Jersey. Jeez.
Right. Misha.
That's 3 syllables. Really threw you up.
How you doing? Great to see you. And also Annie. And it's like, what's really crazy is that the majority of the people that are in here, right, it's really just mostly these last few months where all these connections were made, right? Because you go back 6-7 months, there was a whole different people in here. And some of that was us evolving and them evolving and moving on, which is great because that's what the intent is. And part of it was just, I think, people finding who they want to find and follow, and people I'm looking for to have like our tribe. And so I think that the last few months has been exceptionally happy for me. I just want to let you know that between Jeff and I and the people that we have met, I think we've expressed this a lot, but I just want to say it while a bunch of people are in here, that it just means the world to me of the people we're meeting. And then slowly, my goal is to just keep growing and then get to the point where if I have 5,000 subscribers, I hope to have 50 to 100 people in a live stream and keep on live streaming and grow. But let's not jump the gun.
I'm going to keep, I have a sort of review next week. You kind of jumped the gun on the year in view, so I don't know what you're going to do for the next 2 weeks. But, that's the one thing I realized you were talking about how things have formed, and it seems like it took clay, kind of formed a little bit more to what you were trying to make in the last couple of weeks, months. And I thought that recently looking on Tuesdays, where I finally went and looked into chat, and I felt welcomed into my own stream. And what I mean by that is when people are having a good time and you feel safe with them, that they're not going to drive the chat off the cliff. And there's that moment where chat is willing to slightly make fun of you in a loving way,
right,
and not a trolling way. That is when you start to feel welcomed by your own community, I think, as much. And it's as important as us welcoming everybody else, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know, just a moment that I felt in the last couple of Tuesdays myself. So thank you for that, guys. Sorry, I didn't mean to get into your deal here.
It's
you can mute me. It's fine.
No, it's not that. I'm just looking over some. So yeah, all that's correct though, and I think that's the part of the fun of it though, when you could let your guard down and just enjoy it. The reason why that looks, Brian, like it looks is because it was sharpened. I sharpened that image, so it's over sharpened. So that's why it looks grainy a bit and stuff. But I was going for that look, so I just want to let you know. Seriously, you have to come to hear that. I love you too. Well, yeah, because I don't call anybody and I don't talk to anybody, so I'm also just telling you here while you're here.
It sounds a little lazy, but you know what? You took the opportunity. And I think that's all that matters.
Well, I just want to let people know that I do love them. It's not a secret.
Hey, look,
these people mean
it's that time of year. It's that time of year where the Hallmark Channel brings everybody together over some company that's being taken over and everything. And your family comes back together in the small town of New Jersey, and sister and brother, make up.
Anyways,
they don't hook up because that's Kentucky.
Damn. Glad I found you guys, a few of my favorite streamers. I really appreciate that, Ken. That goes a long way. Nice. I think that the same goes for us. The value systems and the people that I'm meeting and the fun and all these pluses along the way that with the people I'm meeting is awesome. So, Aaron, hello. How you doing? I'm glad you could be here. Awesome to see you. And I think that I just want to start from kind of like, I don't think a lot of people know really here of that. I basically started streaming April 1st. Before that, there were a couple live streams that I did for a while on Facebook, and a few of them I was practicing on my own. And actually, Aaron, that's in the chat here, right, which is continuous conversation. If you haven't checked out his channel, he's only done a few videos, but I just really love the way he comes across with his videos and how creative he is. And so it's so much fun seeing him, because part of the whole reason it's so fun for me is on my first test stream ever, this guy jumped into the chat and I didn't really even know who he was. I thought he was someone else that I had met. And then we made a friendship, and it's been ongoing ever since. And it's you know, it's not something that kept on growing. We kind of just met each other. He jumped on streams, but it was just interesting. And to see where he is now, and he started his channel, and where everyone's going with everything, where Jeff has started and where he is, where I was when I met Jeff. It's all been this journey that is bigger than what I ever thought it was going to be. So I wish that was true, yeah. Brian, but Linus Tech Tips is actually one of my favorite channels. I used to build PCs all the time back in the late 90s. When I got away from it and I came back to the new platforms with AMD and just in general, I went to his channel to freshen up on everything all over again, see what was new. And I built my 3 PCs last year. Part of them was just finishing some of the videos that he was doing, and he taught me so much again, because when you don't do something for 20 years, it's kind of rough to get back into it. So I want to say thank you to everybody.
Bike is tough.
Hello to my sister. I appreciate that. That's awesome. And Nisha is in the house.
Oh my God.
Yep. How you doing? Nice to see you.
Hey,
Thanks
Nisha,
for
how you doing?
Saying hi. I appreciate that. We got our boy in the house, Dimebag Darren. What lighting is needed to be handsome as you guys? Asking for a friend. Oh, jeez. So
I wouldn't know.
Yeah, we have a great community. There's a lot of people in here, and so Tracy Parks is here. She's been a big part of where we are today.
She is a big part.
Tommy also, and I really enjoy it a lot. So
that was a highlight of 2021 for us. I mean, to go into their stream on a random Saturday night, to be asked to go into their random, and how that turned out was those randomness events that happen to change a little bit of the trajectory. That's always fun, and you can't. People say you can't manufacture them. You do that through being open-minded and keeping your head down and trying.
Yeah.
But they were very nice to us. The whole
Absolutely.
Community over there.
Absolutely, from the start. Roxanne, that's a possibility next week or the week after. I'm thinking about doing it, but I truly believe that I think Christmas week I'm going to take off that week in particular. I don't know what Jeff's going to do. He may stream, but that Thursday is really close to Christmas, and I think it's just a good time for people to be with their families, chilling out. And I may do a little surprise live stream during that weekend or something, just for fun, and come on in and say hi. But I think that night, unless people are saying, hey, let's just do it, I think I'm just going to chill for a bit on that week. But we will see. But there's so much to go over, to be honest with you. It's almost overwhelming, because this past year has been a super big challenge in general. Like today, we just got some messages. My son's got a quarantine for a week away from his school students. There's a lot of stuff that's going on that makes that difficult for everybody. You know, my wife has to leave work today to go pick him up. And it's been a stressful year already, because we moved, and it's been nonstop with trying to make it easier for him for this year, and for us to all be happy as a family. And along the way, here I am plugging away 30 plus hours a week, doing these live streams, doing the videos. And, you know, I never complain about it all, but it's been hard. It's been hard on some of my family members. It's been hard reaching the goals that I got monetized, which I can't even freaking believe it to this day. Like, I can't even believe that this year it got achieved. And it was a ton of hard work. And then there was this extra push when people saw what was happening in that one special night with that stream with Cashew, Tracy, Tommy, Dancy, all these people that came in, the bearded community, and started rallying around it to make it happen. I will never forget that. And what's great is it's being on video, Jeff, and you jumping in and being part of that is something that will always be solidified on YouTube for me to always go back and check that. Which is like incredible.
Well, there was no way that you went on that stream going, because you were down almost 80 subs and you're like, I'm just going to go on there now and tonight's going to happen. And that, again, it's always awesome when you don't plan it and it happens. But how rare is it for somebody to get over that type of milestone on air and with all the people they enjoy? I think that's incredible. That's never lost on me. I'm sure mine, I'll be in the shower or something someday. That'll happen.
It
walking the dog, picking up dog poop or something. I don't know.
I never thought it would happen, but I don't know. It was almost like, and I've never heard Cashew's voice ever, but that night it was pretty much like I could hear her yelling, "Don't you get off of this stream." Like, that's literally what I felt I heard. And I was like, what's the vibe?
I knew after the first hour, I knew I could just feel after an hour and a half, I'm like, something's churning. And then about 2 hours in, you're like, you want to come on? I'm like, yeah, I think I'm going to come on this because I'm sitting there with a coffee on a Saturday night. I'm going to jump on because I just felt like something was steamrolling. And it was great. I'll never forget that. That was a wonderful night. That's why you do this. Have those kind of nights and shared experiences. How you doing, Patrick?
Yeah, it was something that was over the top, but thinking of getting the RE20, I think it would be a great mic to have. Now you've been talking about this for 6 months, Sammy, and we keep on telling you that we think it's overpriced and you should get the 320 like we have.
That I know.
Yeah,
That's
and
true.
he says, do you think I should buy one or should I get the new mic that you really like? What's the new mic that I really like?
The Octava, maybe.
Oh, well, it's
or
two
maybe
different
he's
mics.
thinking of the RE320. He might be thinking of the RE320. Well, I mean, still, you could either or. The Octava puts it still under the RE20 cost. For that cost of that, look, if you got money to burn, I'll never tell people how to spend their money. So if you really want that, but to John's point, for the money, if you have anything else to buy in this world, and I just realized today that I am really in the weeds on money for things, then don't buy that RE20. Then I'd rather see you buy the Octava or the RE320 or anything besides that. By the way, I looked at the GoPro mic they released. It's interesting, by TC Helicon tonight.
The GoPro
interesting mic. There's not a GoPro. Sorry about that. The Gold XLR mic.
Oh.
They released Gold XLR mic. Yeah. Don't go like it's just garbage. It's actually not. But
I didn't hear anything
we'll dig into that another night. I know they were so good at promoting it that we never heard of it. I found it going through a random tweet stream on theirs by chance.
That's funny.
Their marketing is not great.
No. Well, they lost a lot of business.
He meant the 320.
Oh, okay.
No, the RE320. So, okay, there we go. Okay. He's laughing at us.
So hold on. That one was it's something like if you think I'm streaming about something, I'm not. So that's what that was. Because basically, I watched someone in a stream that past week, and it was Saturday night, and I was like, I want to just prove a point. My point was that you don't have to stream about something and have everything planned out. And you could just basically jump into a stream and start conversation and roll with it. And that was Colette over the top, WME, and she was she was saying that she puts all this effort in and everything. And I was like, sometimes you just got to roll with the people in the stream and in the chat, and you'll be just blown away if you just let things go. And so my point to that was, I'm going to do this stream. So I started it and it was rolling, and we had like 28 people in there, 30 people. And then all of a sudden it just kept on growing, and Cashew wouldn't let me leave. And all of a sudden, by the end of that night, I picked up about 70 subscribers. And it got, that night I filled the paperwork out, sent it over to YouTube. And by Monday
I was online with
morning,
you.
yep, 3:30 in the morning. And because it was a 5-hour stream. And then that Monday, I got approved into the program and I got monetized. So that was unbelievable. Yeah, I think you should get the RE320 for sure. But you have a lot of different mics, and honestly, I feel like you're always jumping to a different mic, because I felt like he sounded super great on the pod mic, and not everybody does. And then I do not feel like he sounds like incredible on the Shure SM7B, and I don't think everyone does. Certain people do. And then I think a 320 is a great mic, but you got to try it out for yourself. There's no doubt about that. So now here,
and they were floating around some great deals on eBay for a while. I don't know if they still are. Don't dismiss that by chance either.
Right. Caillou Faith, would it be the way to say that?
Is it either Kuya Faith, or maybe just Kaya?
Either way,
we
got to give a little snow.
Nice to see you.
We're giving snow right now because of anyone that new comes in. We give them a bit of snow instead of confetti this time of year. But
that is not Wisconsin snow.
No, this is just
right there.
Nice, gentle snow. And you know what else? I missed this, and I saw it in here, and I didn't mean to miss this. Right here. This is my aunt and uncle. This is my aunt and uncle from Hawaii, Carl Hoagland.
Sure,
and
from
Denise.
Hawaii.
How you doing?
Mm-hmm.
Thanks for coming in. I didn't want to skip by that because, sometimes when you're going through the chat, you miss something here. But yeah, so
you miss your wife or something. Oof.
So yeah, exactly. You can get one for $200, Sammy, and that's a steal. And that is definitely a steal. Now, I also think I wanted to go over something really quick because I got a little message today. Okay. And the message was, John, and we go over this a lot, Jeff, and then I'll get into a little bit more while we're chilling with some of the people here of a little bit this year. But someone reached out to me and they were, John, like, what is your thoughts on lighting? What would you think for lighting with streaming and video? And it was Daniel Bearded, and I said, I have a list in my description of the majority of everything in that list that I've used, and you can go from, depending on what your budget is, those things I would agree with that are decent for each level. But I took down some of the lights that I have, right, just to show them kind of quickly. And so I have a couple different lights here. I just want to go over them quick, just so a couple people that are watching, they understand about what they're looking at as far as lights. So MT Picker, how you doing? Thanks for coming in. I appreciate that. She says, I like the snow too. Thank you. And
it's very calming.
Yeah, it is. I think so too. But so
leave that up for a while.
I just want to go over a couple of these things, and I'm actually going to switch mics on us to do that. And it should come up. Give me a thumbs up if everything sounds okay, Jeff. So I'm going to switch audio interfaces actually too. So
don't tell her. Don't chat. Don't
right,
tell
do
him.
you
I'm
hear
just
me?
going to pretend like I don't hear him. I do hear you.
Okay. Does it sound okay?
Yeah, I'm coming off one side for some reason, but we're okay.
Oh, is it? Okay.
I feel like it's my left ear. Yeah.
All right. Then that's something I'm not going to worry about right now.
I see it. I see it. Okay, I think we're back. No. Okay.
So I just want to go over a couple of these things. We talk about these all the time. These are the Dasny D50s, and these are the lights that I use on my desk every day. You use them also, and I want to go over a little bit of that. But these were my first lights, Jeff. Remember these?
I have those. Trying to figure out what to do with them. Those are my first actual lights attempt as well.
So I have these with a blue gel in them right now. So they would come just like this with nothing in them. And you plug them in USB, and it will give you this kind of look, if I could see.
Yeah, bear with John. He's only in the left ear.
Yeah,
you know,
don't worry about
it's okay.
it for now. Okay, so boom.
We'll worry about it later.
Look at that.
Post-product.
So
Look at that. That's
they're
something.
pretty bright. When I bought these, they were $31, and so
For a
they're
pair,
like
right?
about 50. Yeah, for the pair. And they don't come on this little tripod. I put them on here.
No.
They can screw right off, but there is like a quarter 20 thread on the bottom. So they're very bright, and they'll get bright, and they'll give you enough light, but it's pretty harsh because you can see
It's
just
harsh.
like a lot of the lights, they're individual LEDs here. Okay. So they'll get bright enough, but they're pretty harsh looking, and they'll cause like a lot of shadows on your face. And
Vinny says, my eyes, what the hell?
right, right. And then these are made by Newer, and these have barn doors on them. This is what these are called. So they open up, and also there's this diffuser that slides in the middle. So this will actually slide out from the inside, and you can see a little bit of the LEDs on the side. So again, this whole panel is LEDs all through the middle. And so this little diffuser going over it really helps with stopping the extreme harshness, but it's not as good as a lot of the better lights, but this kind of light will get you through. And the great thing with this one is that you can also have the batteries that work with the Sony batteries. The PWs, I think, or the what are they? The F and the PF 550s, I think, and they go up to 750s. They're very cheap batteries, and you can use these wirelessly.
Do you have any of those?
Yes.
Do you have any of those? I haven't bought
three of them. And so
I was curious how they'd last, like how long they would last on a light like that. I'm just,
I don't
running
know
like
for
50%.
sure because I have the medium-sized ones, so I might get like an hour out of them or something at like full brightness. And then the same batteries actually work in the Dasneys. So these Dasneys have 2 slots in the back that take those batteries, and you can use these wirelessly. So instead of having the Elgato lights, you can have these and then also use these with no wires. So that's a big plus for a lot of people. But the difference here is that these lights are end-lit, and you've heard me talk about this a lot. So these lights are all on the edge here. I meant edge-lit, that's what I meant. They're edge-lit all around the edges here, and there's no LEDs in the middle. And then this lights the whole panel, and then that's a white panel, then it reflects out. So that's what gives the best softness for the cheaper lights. So this would look like this. So you see, I'm using that light up in the right as that light for my desk. And that's all edge lit. There's no LEDs in the middle here. So that's very different. But I think for the most, these lights at our desk, Jeff, are really good. Why, is this audio driving you nuts?
I'm sorry. There is one comment, not a little bit mean, but I'm okay. But Patrick's comment, I'm glad I came into the stream. I just realized my speakers are not in the right position.
That's why we do these things. We have to help you out. But
we break things.
That's what's great.
I love the Dasneys. Do you wish sometimes the Dasneys had barn doors at all? There's sometimes I kind of wish they had.
No, because what I learned is with the Dasneys, in the beginning, I was having lights face me exactly. So however I was standing, I would face them into my face on the side. Okay. And that's when I didn't know any better. So you don't want to do that. What you actually want to do is you kind of almost want to have the edge of this on your left side about a foot away from your face or so, even 2 or 3 feet, because what you're trying to do is light up the whole ambient lighting in the room, not just throw the light on your face. And so
Right.
that's when lighting becomes like a challenge, because then you're lighting up a room, but you're lighting your face. So you have to, what you don't see a lot in a lot of these videos is that people are using separate lights to light their rooms and then separate lights to light themselves. And you're trying to think like, well, why are these people looking so good? Well, that's the reason. And you don't see all that. And so the other thing I wanted to show you is the next step up. Now, the Dasneys are super affordable, Jeff, right? You could have got these Black Friday for like 167, you know?
Yep.
And and listen, there's a lot of that. You can bounce light in different ways, but it all depends. Do you have the equipment to bounce it off? Do you have space to bounce it off? There's all these types of things that could be part of the reason of what you want. You want ease of use, right? So listen, there's no doubt by using the proper softbox that it would be better, Jeff, but not everybody has the money to spend on it or the room to use the softbox. I ended up buying, I thought a parabolic softbox was the best way to go. And then I learned a little bit more, which is they're pretty overrated, where you can get not as deep as a softbox and actually get just as good as lighting. So I went out, and if you check my descriptions, I have the Dasneys in there, okay? And I want to thank everybody. I swear, like, no one tells me, I don't know who that is, but in the last 2 months, $3,600 of stuff has been bought off of Amazon. And I made a little piece of that, because I get a little bit of money, and it is a little bit, trust me. So when I say 36,
tiny.
I think I made I think it was like $220 or something over the whole
A couple
thing.
gallons of gas.
But I appreciate it though. I appreciate it so much. So, so I'm going to show you, Brian, in a second, is that I just want to show you this. I'm going to move the camera a little bit.
He's going to trip.
Of course. Of course I'm caught.
He's going to trip on you.
I'll never be caught on anything else, but I'm caught here.
Is it cold there? You wore long pants tonight.
I did. It is cold.
Sure? Okay. It got warmer here, so maybe you're getting some of our cold air. We got above single digits. Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, Brian Paul's in the house. How you doing, Brian Paul?
I just want to show, that's my Amaron light that I have the description in. The Amaron light. This is a softbox. That's separate from the light. So the softbox actually is like an umbrella type of softbox that fits right in a bag like this. So you can fit that whole umbrella, that softbox, the whole black part, in a bag like this. It closes like an umbrella. And then you have just the light by itself that I showed last week. And yeah, that setup is no joke. It's, you know,
will this snow ruin that? Is it waterproof? Will the snow hurt it?
Snow's going to damage it probably, but we'll be okay.
Okay. Well, we'll be okay. Okay.
But
sure.
But so Brian, I'm using that softbox on the left side, bouncing it off of here into my face. And then I'm using the Dasney on the other side. And then you'll be happy to note that I, white balanced in the camera. And I still feel like, Brian, and give me any input, I feel like I got a little too much red or maybe a little too much yellow. And I didn't like it. And this is the Sony thing that I'm trying to figure out what I should take out. So if Brian is watching, take a look. And
I have the same camera. I have the same camera, everybody. Do you think I have too much yellow? I white balanced in the camera tonight.
This is the ZV-E10. It's virtually the same, but it could be color difference. So. And then I'm using Picture Profile 1, I believe. So let me know what you think overall. So what? So those are the 3 groups of lighting that I'm using right now. And I think that
how long ago were you using the first lights that you and I both used? How long did you do, I mean, I played with those and tested them. I didn't ever really live stream with the little, and I ended up making mine so hot, those little diffuser colored things you put in there would wrinkle up and start to warp and everything. And they weren't really good because they bled around the edge of the color thing anyway, and the white would get through. So they were such a great way to learn,
They were. And I just also wanted to say hi to Christopher because this is his first time stopping in here, I believe. So thank you for coming in. I appreciate that.
Yeah, very much.
And so I use those. I would love to pull a video up because joke. I told you, right, about how bad it was. I was using that thing, right? Like ridiculous. It was dark. It was dark. My videos were dark. And so I don't know. It was pretty bad.
You start with what you start with what you have. I mean, I was glad to have them and try them out with my little web cameras, my Jelly Bean, what are called Jelly something webcams and Jellycomb, and they made a difference. But yet I was like, I don't look at all like those people on YouTube.
I mean,
I look terrible.
This is close to probably one of my first videos, and it is like I couldn't even get through the video, bro, without looking horrible, and it was just so awkward. It was hilarious.
Protein is protein,
but
right?
I would love. I should show this. This is hilarious.
Will this ad pay you if we watch the whole ad?
This is why I'm playing it right now.
The whole chat, only one, you get one watch on it.
Right. Look at this.
Oh, look at this guy. Oh my God.
Tech with John Ryan.
You were taller back
I
then.
want to go into something that every new YouTuber has to go through. Listen to the audio.
Nice echo, bro. Also, audio is awesome.
Or their small studio area to work out your own. Below, you see a
before and after pictures.
The ball head, and my PC is over to the right. Look at the lighting
right now.
There they are.
YouTube.
It's awesome. Look at that gray wall knot.
So I moved my.
You had the color wall.
There's those lights right there.
So you can see it's basically just a pole mount clamp.
You got to put them on stands, though, bro.
For it's in the background, and I have this boom mic right out of reach, so this basically can come down, go up, it's right out of the line of the camera. I have
oh my gosh!
So it was pretty bad.
Facing me.
Camera loves you, bro.
A supplement light coming from.
So you see how bad the lighting is there?
This is
the lighting is not even good. It is horrible. And
Vinny just unsubscribed. Vinny's like, I unsubscribed immediately.
Here, this is my first video that I published with Tech right here. My first one, July 26th of last year. I did this. This was my first video, and I had no clue what I was doing. No clue, but I was like, I got to start YouTube. All right, guys, how you doing? My name is John Ryan, and I just started this YouTube page.
Can we review this?
It's called
all of us.
John Ryan's, Coffee Talk and Tech. So,
how much time? I like the dramatic pause, man. Do that again.
Scene for probably a couple decades. And
what
now? Are you reading off a teleprompter or a screen, or what are you reading off of?
Over a couple things that might interest you.
Nothing.
What are you looking at? What were you looking at?
The camera.
You look like
a lot of people.
Where's the camera in the other room?
So that means
you're not looking directly at it.
I'm trying.
A lot of people working from home.
Look at the mic. Look at the mic in front of me. It looks like
deal with the learning curve.
Were you planning on having a guest? Was this going to be a We of the World thing where people sing around the mic all together?
It's horrible.
I feel for you.
Like Brian, look at the mic in front like that.
A lot of people
it is so bad.
With their cameras, with their microphones.
Sweet.
And that's one thing I want to go over with.
You went on the edge too with that shirt.
Important your sound
really
is. And
going out there with it.
Even if people can't see you clearly, they really need to hear what you're saying. That's even most important. I mean, you could literally turn your camera off and get your point across, right? So we know how important the sound is. So I'm just going to go over quickly a couple different things, and
this is John Ryan Inception.
Have a better choice of what you may want to do to upgrade your sound. So let's go take a look at.
I feel like your eyes are avoiding the camera lens.
Dude, it's my first video. Look at this. I'm shrinking myself. And then I'm going on to Amazon, showing stuff. Look, there's a lapel mic.
This is still going to be better than my first video.
Hear what it sounds like.
So we see this mic is going for like about $12. And this is what this mic sounds like. I got it right here. You can pin it right on your lapel while you're just talking to your Zoom meeting members, and I think it sounds pretty darn good. You know, for the price,
I appreciate
it. Upgrade, and this way you can be heard
that's
clearly.
that's sweet.
It's a pretty big deal. So I think for the price, it's a steal. Okay, let's go take a look at, lastly, my webcam mic.
And this is what everybody sounds like.
So let's go and take a look.
Dude, you make a lapel mic sound good. You drive me crazy with your voice. I just so envy it.
Listen to this.
Okay.
Oh, crud.
So this should be my webcam mic. And
now you think you're watching an eBay reseller group.
Exactly how far away I would be from it. Right,
it's a joke, guys.
We drive into a cave here, bro? What, tunnel?
Probably does sound pretty good. I mean, it's not a cheap webcam. So if you're looking for this webcam right now, it's approximately $150. I paid
good
in
luck finding
January about $100 for this webcam. But
all right, so you get the idea. Like,
wow.
I'm nothing like I am now, and plus, I'm so much better at streaming than I am at doing a video. I mean,
well, when you go back to do your videos now, you'll knock it out of the park, because the streaming does also set you up a little bit for that. I'm glad, though, that you did watch long enough. We got through 50% of the video just to keep that retention number up running on the video. I'm kidding
but all the Abels might be saying, well, I don't think that's he's probably like with his hands up, like, dude, you didn't just say that, did you, about us eBay really sellers? I'm sorry.
I give up with you people.
Here's the truth of the matter. If you go and any of you guys that watch a lot of live streams, if you watch like one or two, okay, you can deal with that. Go watch 50 live streams a week that sound like that. Your ears will be dying. So I think that once you guys catch on after a bit and you're watching people that are streaming that are like, you listen to Tommy and Tracy, they sound great. You listen to other people and they sound great. People like that. They want to go in, they want to listen to people, and they don't want to hear an echo. And you'd rather hear you really want to sound good before you start like looking good, even, because it just, I noticed it really starts hurting my ears for that matter. But, Sammy, that is my biggest goal moving forward next year, to the point where I am going to cut back on my live stream times, and I am going to really just work on getting more videos out, because if I'm expecting to get to a goal of 4,000 or 5,000 subscribers, I need to be doing multiple videos a month, like 4 to 6. And so I really need to up the ante. It's going to be a slow progress, but it has to happen. Otherwise, I will not grow as quick by just doing these live streams. So that's my goal. You paid $300. Everything was expensive back then. I couldn't get the Elgato cam link because it was like
find it.
$200. Fortunately, I happened to have bought something like months prior. I sold it and doubled my money on it. I get really lucky with a lot of that, with a lot of good deals generally. So, I climbed down out of the trees after the 4th live stream. Exactly. Like, you just get a little bit better and a little bit better. And you know what? You're not the first person to say that. A lot of people always comment when I walk and when I'm sitting of my posture. I always believe of having good posture at the dining table and eating and in general. No, I do.
Don't look over on this side of the screen, because I'm just like leaning on the desk.
I'm not a sloucher. I don't want to slouch.
I slouch.
I appreciate you saying that, Laura. I appreciate you stopping in, by the way. Thank you so much for being here. And that is part of it. You want to get better, and it doesn't happen overnight, but you can't be worried about every little detail along the way. You just got to get it done. And then hope that you have people that you can bounce honest opinions off of, and not people just telling you that everything that you're doing looks great.
because there's a ton of people out here that I watch that they're so overexposed when they're doing their videos that I don't know how, if any of their friends are watching, couldn't tell them. I know, but it's not my job to go and tell every single person. It's their job to find people that they trust that they can come and ask. And to be honest with you, I'm one of them. So, and you know, I think, you know, Jeff might have a hard time hurting feelings, but I could do that. I could hurt feelings. That's not a problem. No, I don't mean that. I'm only kidding. Like, I don't want to hurt feelings, but the fact is, like, if someone, and other people have done that, they've come and like, well, what's your opinion? And people have told me, like, if Brian's like says to me, some nights that I looked over exposed or underexposed. Now, there's reasons why I choose to look certain times when we stream, Jeff. We choose to have darker lighting, lighter lighting, this or that. But you know when someone's doing it week after week after week, and they want to improve, but they don't really have anybody giving any of that kind of opinion to them. So
yeah, I don't really know what's going on. I know what you're talking about. I've seen that too, and I think, why are people not just reaching out and saying, hey, you know, is there an issue that you want help with? I don't know. You know,
Alan,
look, you got the Forrest Gump wave.
This is I get excited because he's
hey,
great.
Alan.
He's such a nice guy, and him and his wife just opened up a business, and so he's from the Philippines, and he opened up a bakery business, and so that's really exciting. And he's got a great YouTube channel. He's got like a little over 20,000 subscribers, but he does a lot of YouTube stuff and techie stuff, and he's just a really nice guy. So check out.
You had a
Alan's
nice
channel.
interview on there, and his
Yeah.
channel
He did a little interview with me on there, and I was just fortunate that he asked me to even be there, which was really nice. Bruge Pep Prepper, how you doing? I hope you're doing good. Nice to see you. She's out of the Bronx, New York. So glad you could be there.
One of the
In
boroughs.
the Bronx.
The Bronx.
What is she saying here? I have to drive off to buy raw materials, homemade arsenal products orders. We'll have you in the background. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Mommy Lala is always a big supporter for sure. But so
raw materials. I love that. You don't hear that too often.
Raw materials.
Go get some raw materials.
That's a little scary.
Very
The last time people say
Love it.
that.
And the FBI gets involved.
So, yeah, I mean, I'm just, you know, like here, Abel Treasures is saying, and I love him because he's like, see, here's the thing is a lot of times when you want to improve, you got to leave your ego at the table. Don't take everything so literal, people, especially like people like me. I'm sarcastic. So the thing is, I might be sarcastic, but I can also be serious. And so I've had people come to me, and Abel's one of them, and he says, I'm so lucky to find you two. I appreciate what you guys are doing. Got to go. See you next time. But he's asked like certain things, and we gave him direct answers to help him jumpstart things. And even to the point where he's got a GoPro camera, and I'm telling him to like put the white balance on a certain setting, and the auto exposure into a certain setting, his ISO in a setting, up your lighting. And so, you know, he can make improvements with his sound and his look. But he's fighting a little bit of internet issues though too, so he's got to be careful.
Right.
But
That's unfortunate.
yeah, so you could see like where I came from with those videos, Jeff. So I didn't meet Jeff yet at all, right? Because that's back in July. So I'm going through the process of these videos, and if you catch up into early spring, I definitely start improving. There's no doubt about it that my videos are starting to look a little bit better. And I was finding out like it's about finding these little tidbits of information that people are really that really connect with them. You know what I mean? So I ended up doing a video that wasn't the greatest also, because I kind of messed up a few things and I got called out in some of the comments. But I did the video on the Zing U mic and two different BM800 mics, and it got like a decent amount of views. But here's the thing again, I'm still don't have my lighting down. So we know this BM800, everybody makes them. There's no name brands. There's Zing U. There's this Exilvan one that has been around for years that I actually saw a review on that I really liked, and it sounded great. So I was like, I found one of these, and I'm like, look how dark I am. And I got it with the full kit, with the arm, the windscreen, everything, for like 30, 32 bucks. And the same with the Zing U, it was like 30, $34. And I just wanted to see if the Zing U and the Exilvan sound the same, because it's a BM800, but do they sound exactly the same? Here's my little intro. I forgot all about that.
Kind of glad you got rid of that. But that was the deal then.
So I have this windscreen off right now, and I'm going to put the windscreen on. I did this little comparison between both of them. And just doing this little comparison. So this is the Zing U BM800, and right now I have this plugged in to a Motu M2 audio interface. So this is what I'm talking about. I have $175 audio interface through this, and there's a $20 mic sitting in front of me, and I can't afford lighting at this point. So I'm dark, and it's hard. The lights are in my eyes. You see the ring light there? Filter on the cover. And I'm going to move in, and I'm going to get into pretty much the sweet spot where if someone was doing a podcast, this is about where they would be when they were
for an $18 mic.
So you can get that nice
I mean, your voice
tone.
is unusual, but still.
And this would be me about that's my measuring stick away, and you're listening to the Zing U BM800 mic.
And you could read like books for like we all have to poop books when I was sleeping or something. So, that would put me to sleep.
But that's where I was coming into spring, making these videos before I met Jeff still. And still I was making a few more videos, and I want to just show basically one video, and you could kind of like see a little bit of the difference. Right. This is April 1st, Jeff. So I released this video the day I did my first live stream in April 1st.
Oh, wow.
Okay, incredible. So now we can see moving ahead 6 months of what the difference looks like with this. Welcome back, guys. Today we're coming back with our fan favorite, the Motu M2.
No difference.
It's back in the house. And we're going to go over 3 different mic price points with the Motu M2. We're going to go through a spectrum of mics starting at about a $20 price point, then going to a $100 price point, and then to about a $200 price point. And we're going to see how all these mics sound and which one you think is in your budget. Let's get started. So let's just quickly go over the Motu in case you've never seen it. All right, so here we see the Motu M2.
It's true, though.
It's a nice little unit made out of aluminum, and on the back side, you can see dynamic mic is great if you're in a little bit more of a noisier environment and you're trying to keep the background sounds from coming in, and you want a different, more like, I mean, that's in 6 months, we're finally starting to see some serious improvements on the way I started to look. And I was starting to get to the point where I was happy and satisfied with that look, you know, and of course, always trying to want to improve upon it, but it wasn't really horrible at that point. So, hey, what's going on, Mr. Doma? Nice for seeing you. Nice for seeing you. And, yeah, and it was just getting a little bit better and a little bit better. Yeah, and that was a whole nother thing, right? Getting the music in the background. I would take the feedback. People would be in the videos, in the comments, Jeff, and they would say music is a little high or a little irritating if it was a little bit lower. And I would basically say to them, I really appreciate the input. I'm a brand new YouTuber and I'm looking to improve, and I will take that advice. And that's what got me subscribers, because instead of taking it, I'm laughing because that's so funny, right? Because John looks rested. You're right. You're right. I was much more rested in general. But I just, I took the advice. I didn't really take it to heart, you know, because I always feel, and I've always said this from the start with things, is when people are new, they're new. You could be a new anything and no one's expecting you to be a pro. And it's the same with YouTube. No one's going to expect you to be a pro in the beginning. And so when they see you have 100 subscribers, they're not going to go and bat you over the head. You know, you'll get a couple criticism comments, but then you just roll with it. It's not the worst thing in the world. And so, you know, I need to narrate books. Yeah, audibles. Yeah. See that John has his mic on the table. Yep, I did. And I was comparing 3 different mics. So that was the whole idea, you know. But yeah, that was high, but it was not annoyingly high. And that's the whole thing with the music, was adjusting it and getting the right earphones, right? So I bought a pair of regular headphones at some point because it gave me a better idea of what really the music was sounding like. And
yeah, I mean, not all these in-ears sound the same. They have different dynamic ranges that will let you know really what's happening. So
yeah,
you don't need expensive ones. You just have to have good ones.
And I'm talking about all this stuff, and every time Amateo comes in and he'll drop hello and everything. Amateo, I've seen him for
How you doing?
at least since I started streaming. And here's another example of a guy who has limited amount of stuff, and he made YouTube happen for himself. I mean, go check out his videos. He's doing reviews on headphones and different brands, and he just gets into this niche, and then he knows the answer to all the questions. He'll do a live stream. He'll have people asking 100 questions on different stuff that he can answer every question. And so he found his niche. He got, you know, to the point where he's monetized. He's got, he's making improvements, and that's what you have to look at. You can't be like, oh, you know, I'm holding back because I want to be better. I want to be this. When you find people that have less than you and they're still moving forward, then you got to feel good about, you know, those types of things. And I would have never met Amateo if I wasn't streaming, because he found the streaming. So, and that was it. Passing through. Hi, Melissa Jane. I know you live stream tonight, so I appreciate you stopping in after and just saying hi. Thank you for coming in and saying hi.
A quick cup of coffee.
She does live streaming herself, and she is a bit on the tech and side of everything also. And so she really enjoys live streaming also. And so that's a really good connection with us. We love live streamers, that's for sure.
That's true.
But I'll never be pro, but I like having fun pretending to be on YouTube. But here's the thing. You don't know what YouTube will give to you. You know, you don't know where it will take you. Because when I was in April, when I met Jeff that first week, I had absolutely, and we're talking this past April, I had absolutely no intentions or thoughts of getting monetized on YouTube. And that was April. And I was just doing my thing, making videos. I had goal to do a video every week from like December all the way into April. I think I did for 4 months, one every single week. And that was my goal. And then I kept on telling my wife that I need to definitely start live streaming. And that's when April came, and I said, I've been holding off long enough. I got to start this live streaming. And so I did. And that was my way to make more connections. Because here I am. My whole point of live streaming was telling people that if you have a business or you have a belief or any point that you want to get across, what is the best way to connect with your audience? Because you can send emails. You can go and mass email people till you're dead in the face. You can go and do videos. But when you're talking to someone one-on-one about that topic, and they can question and you can give them answers right there on the spot, you'll never have a chance to make a better connection than that. And I still to this day think that live streaming is so underutilized for small businesses. Matter of fact, I had more intent to do this, and I'm getting motivated now to this point again with starting this up, is getting on my Facebook in different areas of where I live, where there's these county pages, and expressing to these companies, these businesses, especially restaurants that are hanging on by a thread, that they don't have to charge anything. They don't have to, it doesn't cost them anything to get on their phone and live stream about their specials at their restaurant or a band playing at this pub and restaurant and be able to make a difference in their pockets where it doesn't cost them anything. So I need to start doing that, because then alls I ask for them, if they want my help, subscribe to my channel, watch my live streams, learn from what I'm trying to teach people, and then go from there and utilize that and just be my beacon horn, like let other people know where I am and just keep on. That's how I want to grow, and so by giving. And so I think that it's definitely something that I need to do more. And it's just always hard to find that time to make it happen. But, so of course we always have a kidder in the house because she just wants to see if the twerking video is ready to be dropped.
We're not kidding. I'm still waiting myself. So I've been waiting for over an hour now, and nothing has been twerked or worked.
I'm trying to twerk it out. But
let's twerk it out.
But so then we go, and absolutely, Jim, that's it. The best way to connect is a video, but also the live stream, right? The live stream is a person connecting one-on-one and being able to make a connection where someone can ask you a question. And then you can even take it further. Like we have done this, Jeff, a few times where someone is like, listen, we can't answer this whole question right here, but we can meet you in a StreamYard meeting. We can do something else to help you. And then it goes to that point and we help someone out. And then you got people coming back and just saying, someone took the time to do that. Like, it's unreal, because people will tell you, but it's a whole different story when someone takes the time. And so if I'm doing a live stream and I can't stop in the middle of the live stream to spend 20 minutes or an hour and a half, if that's what it's been sometimes, because you get into these conversations about these people that you make connections with, and then you find yourself having like a good time and talk, and an hour and a half goes by.
Yeah.
And like you and I, we have, Jeff and I, it seems like there's no chance of us getting out of a live stream and not talking for another 2 hours after.
No.
Right?
No. It's ridiculous. I don't know. I said the other day, we gotta be more disciplined. We're terrible, man. We just start talking and
but it's all great stuff.
It's like being abducted, you just lose track of time, the void.
Yeah. Thank you.
Are you an alien? Do you abduct me? I'm stoked. I just bought my brother's merch.
I feel like an alien when I get up in the morning, man. At least 3 or 4 days a week on my Facebook page, I try to put some kind of funny connection with coffee, because if it's not for coffee in the morning, man, I don't know where I would be. It'd be horrible.
I don't know how you do it.
Isn't this funny? Like, also, I was so lucky to do certain things at certain times. So this is my sister. She's saying, I'm stoked. I just bought my brother's merch. At one point, I don't know why, and it was a lot to do with my friend Chris, who made my logo. Coffee Talk and Tech. And when he did that favor for me, and I was so pleased of how awesome it looked, and so like motivated to get merch at that point, because I'm like, let me jump in and get this done so it's available. It's there if people want it. And this way it makes a brand, it's like, so people see it and it makes a difference. And so I have it there.
That's why I have none. I have no mugs.
It's been a great process to have it, though. It really has.
I can't believe that was only done in the last 6 months. I feel like that was another lifetime ago we did that already. That's funny how long ago it really wasn't.
And another thing is, like, I look at Ken and how he utilizes Instagram so well. Like, and not just saying that he just uses it, it's just that it looks so good. His stories look really professional with the links in it. I don't even know how to do that. His posts look professional, and I'm just getting started in using the Canva to make my layouts for Instagram. And so it's small steps, but where everything about YouTube is you have to teach yourself, and you can't pay someone to do all this stuff, and you'll be broke. I'm broke practically just by running it with nobody. So it's like you keep on plugging away. Yeah, you just keep on plugging away with all this stuff, and you slowly get better. But I was, by April, starting my first live streams by myself and joining a live streaming group is where I met Jeff, is where I met Lala, is where I met BC Paul, is where I met Patrick from what's Patrick's channel? Because I'm Everyday Tech. A lot of people, right? So it was a great story because meeting those people there was huge. And from there on, I saw everybody that I started that little group with, and I didn't compare myself, not once. I didn't stop and look at everybody else and see what they were doing. I did my thing.
Yeah.
I stayed my nose to the grindstone, which is I always tell my son, and I just keep on working really hard. And yeah, that's it. Yes, YouTube tell you to teach yourself, get better. It's like would, and here's the thing: I would be in D Nimmons live stream. I would be in Nick Nimmons live stream. I'd be in Daniel Batel's live stream. Guess who I would see there? Amateo.
Oh yeah,
from Africa. Amateo, if they were live streaming at whatever time, Amateo was there asking questions, learning, right? Not trying to meet people, not trying to pick up subs, he was asking smart questions and he was listening. And listen, granted, you go to somebody's live stream, if you meet people and you pick up subs, that's even better. But the point was, he was trying to learn and take in the info. And that's why I always felt like I had a little special place for Amateo, because he's a guy that just wanted to learn, and it showed, because I would never run into him in these places if it wasn't him wanting to learn, because people who just are looking to learn end up in the right places. So, but, and I just spoke of you a little bit earlier too, Colette. I was mentioning that whole thing of why I did that live stream that Saturday night when I hit the 1,000 subscribers. And it was partially due to you saying about how much you plan out your live streams. And and I said that sometimes you just got to let yourself go, and you can't stress yourself out to find something about live streaming. You have to just connect with your people, go in there and chat and talk to them, see where they're taking you. And like, you're coming in here saying, yes, teaching yourself, but you guys have helped us so much. And that's what I want to do though. I mean, that was my thing. Your guys' things are much different, but it doesn't mean, and that's what's great about my position and Jeff's, is you guys can do whatever you want for your YouTube channels, whatever it is, right? I'll support that. Right? But you can always come to us just to improve your channel. And that's the idea for the connection for me, is that you can reach out and I can do what I love to do, which is help you get better. And then all people have to do is say, that guy, he helped us out and I appreciate that. Check his channel out. That's all I ask, so, and that's how I hopefully will grow. I love genuine people like that. Like Amateo, exactly. Yeah, jumping in there. And meeting people like that is really cool, and connecting and seeing the growth. So Amateo is where he is.
Yeah.
I got monetized. Jeff had no subscribers. Jeff had no experience live streaming at all. And here's this guy. This guy was like, hey, what's up, man? I'm a musician, blah, blah, blah. And he was like all cool looking. His lighting looked really good. He had his little haircut and stuff. And he was a cool guy to talk to in there. And I was like, man, this is a cool guy to connect with. Jeff was friends with Brian. And then Jeff introduced me to Brian. And then I met Brian, BC Paul. And Brian is a great dude, man. Talented dude. But I don't care if he wasn't talented or not. He's a good dude. And that's where I want to be around. Good people. So I'm just telling you, good people that know me right now, if you don't know that I'm sarcastic, please take it with a grain of salt, and you could cuss me out. But I'm sarcastic. I like to have fun. I hope that's why you guys are here too, to have fun, but also to learn and to have a good time. And that's my whole idea. So I appreciate the great people, but I love having a great time. So yeah, which still blows my mind. Here, Jeff is one of the better live streamers out there. And Jeff, I can't tell you how many times I watch so much live. Here's a guy talking. I was watching his live stream from September. This guy is talking about how he's been live streaming for 6 years, right? And when you watch him, it looks like he was live streaming for 6 months. But he was almost kind of just like tooting his horn about how good of a live streamer he was because he was cutting edge. But just because you're cutting edge 6 years ago doesn't make you on top of what's going on right now. And so that's why I don't always put all my eggs in one basket about people knowing everything. So don't get tied into that. Just keep your mind open to different people giving different suggestions. If you take one person's word for something, you can end up down a rabbit hole of one person's idea of what looks good. And it necessarily might not be the best choice. It could be the best choice.
Not only that, it's just good to expose yourself to different flavors and ideas and draw from different influences. Just healthy.
Oh my God.
I'm
John,
a planner too, by the way. I overplan everything.
Without a bra. I need control. I'll wing it if you guys came up with it. And we may do that one night. And
we should cam up with the clip.
I would love that.
That
Was one of her suggestions a while ago because I know we do a lot of serious stuff. And that's what I want to do a little bit more, Colette. You have to realize my goal was to get to the end line for me, right? To get monetized. And at that point, I was reaching for that goal. And she had mentioned to me, why don't you have a few people on, have a few this? And you know what, Colette, though? I'm in the works of that. I'm actually having a meeting this weekend with a few of us, and we're going to get together and we're going to start doing a little bit of that where it's a little bit more.
Are you firing people? Our staff should be concerned because we're getting near Christmas, and I don't want to be responsible for people,
Salt and John here, and we're in the midst of push good.
I just know I got a pool to pay for.
But seriously, I want to do that stuff. So yeah, Jeff is, and that's what's crazy is I look at our quality of our live streaming and I say our quality is up there with the best, and we still have a lot to learn, right? So there's things that we don't even discuss that like things like the way we can pull in information off of different computers, the way we can access some of the stuff. If I didn't have as powerful as a computer as I have right now, it would be difficult to access some of the data and things that the computer would trip over with everything that's going on. So
thank you, Vinny. That's very nice, by the way.
Yeah, and it means a lot, though. Yeah, John, I got wings. Bro. I got wings.
Yeah. You got wings, and Vinny is the wind beneath your wings, just to make it very comfortable.
Sometimes he's got a lot of wind beneath his legs.
I have no idea what it means, and we're just going to step through it. Everybody, push through that together. Yeah, you get a bonus. Check inside your Lexus we dropped off.
Right, it's got a bow on it for Christmas.
Nice. It's got a bow on it. I don't know who these people have bows on their cars.
So what? It's from 1996.
My wife has never given me a car with a bow on it.
No.
That's going to be in the divorce papers for reasons of.
I plan, but not too detailed.
Reconcilable differences.
He lets the viewers go and dictate while he takes the wheels. At the end, awesome. We all enjoy the ride. Got this from Consistent Ash. Keep learning.
Keep learning. All
right. So she got that from probably me because she was scared to do anything that was off the cuff. She wanted to have like everything detailed out. And I was like saying, it doesn't have to be like that. And it's like, oh, well, I feel comfortable if it is. And I was like, well, it doesn't have to be like that. You have to just go out and actually just what you said is what I said to her, which is let the people dictate a little bit of where it goes. But you also have to be able to pull the reins back also sometimes about where it is all going to, because you want to steer something that is going to get information out, but have fun at the same time. So there's a balance in everything that you're doing.
I think some people that, especially that start out on recorded videos, are just used to the lanes being a little bit more, detailed, and so they just used to staying in that. It's really, it's hard. I mean, it's kind of hard for me to go from live streaming to recorded videos. So I think it's hard for people to go from recorded videos to live streaming and let things flow and be fluid. It's not an easy thing if you're not comfortable
Right.
with them. Got to be thinking on the fly and be willing
do.
to just go through it.
Yep. Yeah, I know. Jim, that was quite the analogy that Colette had. It was funny. Yeah, going in without a bra. But yeah, I mean, basically it just, and I just tried to get better and better at what we were doing, because Jeff and I started with StreamYard, and
Yeah.
I was using OBS, and OBS was fantastic for live streaming, but we were, what?
Here's our conversation. This tells me where I was at, though, in end of April, beginning of May, when you're like, hey, we should stream together. That's an idea finally came up.
Right.
And we were like, yeah, what we'll do is we use StreamYard. And then you were like, we'll go OBS, and then we'll go into StreamYard. And then I said to you, what's OBS? I was so confused at the layering of streaming, how OBS was different than StreamYard. Why would you use, now it seems kind of ridiculous.
Yeah.
But it's important to remember that, because for a lot of people, it's very difficult to visualize what you're trying to talk about in layers.
Yep.
But I laugh back at myself when I think about how little I didn't know. And you were like, this guy is going to wear me out. This guy.
No, I never thought that. I never thought
No,
that.
you had to.
It was something that I didn't catch on to right away, actually. And so my point was OBS.
Oh, I tried to hide it.
At that time, I was trying to find a way in OBS to show the comments, because I wanted to make sure we showed comments if we were going to do a live together, because it was so important to engage with the audience. And so then my thought was, okay, well, how am I going to do this? And I wasn't really sure, and there wasn't really a way. And so I jumped into StreamYard because it was just so easy to bring in people and the comments. I didn't love the quality overall, and I don't even love the quality at 1080p, to tell you the truth, and some of the things that hold you back. But it didn't matter, because it was just a tool at that time, and to get to a certain point. So right now,
Yeah.
like if you're a new streamer, the OBS does so much. Now you can bring up the comments just like I am right now,
Yeah.
and you can use Video Ninja that I did a video on to bring in your camera to actually bring a guest in. And we should do that again, Jeff, because we did that live stream like 6 months ago. Now it's like improved even more. I would like to see how well
Right,
it's improved, And so
It'd be fun to do.
it would be fun to do. And then we talked about eventually getting vMix, but it wasn't going to happen so soon. And when we just jumped into a lot of luck along the way. And
Yeah, that kind of just worked out a little bit. And you
Yeah.
need a little luck in all this sometimes, but you get more
Sometimes.
luck when you surround yourself with, people that are friendly.
yeah,
Luck is kind of earned over time,
yeah. I mean,
Takes
and here's
time to get used to it.
here's the little bit of the difference is that like a lot of people would just be happy with where they are. Like, okay, I'm here and I'm going to stay there. And I've actually seen multiple people this year actually regress. They've actually gotten worse as they've gone on. And there's a reason for that, because they're putting the cart before the horse, right? So they think that
It's not hard to get off the rails in this thing. It's really,
Oh,
you know
no,
what I mean?
it's
It's
not.
it's really easy to lose your way on what's happening. I'm constantly having to really get myself back into and you're right. I've seen some people sadly do that, and it probably happens to all of us on some level, but it's unfortunate. So you need your pals to pull you back out of the water.
yeah. Hi, Art.
What's Art?
Thanks
What's
for coming
Art
in,
gun-
man.
What's Art Gun
So
saying?
my wife says I need to plan script more when live streaming, MMA previews, maybe ego, but I think I do pretty well with all the fighter stats. Yeah, and which when you're into fighting at the time, right? You do, because you just know everything, so it comes off like real easy. But Jeff and I have talked a lot about this kind of stuff, and I actually haven't used it yet, but I have a viewfinder. What is it? My DesView T3.
Oh, your teleprompter.
My
Right?
teleprompter. I haven't used it really yet. I may or may not, but I have it. It was worth.
By the way, I found a
$1.
great ad. I found the one thing I don't like, and I don't want to get off on this, but the one thing I don't like about teleprompters is, yes, it's nice you can set the speed and tempo, but I did find a really good one that just goes with your voice, so it reads with you, so you can just pick the tempo as you're reading.
Yeah, that's
and,
the hardest
maybe
part.
other people have already. Maybe everybody found all those already. Great on you. I hadn't for some reason, and I fell into it. Was a Android app, and I have a feeling it's also for Mac. But wow, does it work great?
Yeah,
It works so nice to be able to take your tempo, because to try to say, oh, I want the speed to this speed, it doesn't work.
I know that is the hardest part. Yeah, we get old and senile. I can't even think of the words half of the time, so I'm always struggling to find the
Where did I put my gum?
Like, the what? I'm like, I'm so burnt out now.
And what I love is he's like you over there on the other side of the screen. Just tell me what I'm thinking, please. And it's funny because I know, but it's kind of makes me funny. Name of the teleprompter, Jeff.
Oh, that's Jeff. The name. How much did I pay for it, Jeff? What's funny is that we do that to each other though sometimes, because I remember the price and I remember I always remember the name of the item, but I couldn't like teleprompter. That's what I was looking for.
What is this thingy?
What is it?
This
thingy,
technical
Jeff?
thingy.
Jeff, I'm hinting.
Brain, you had one job.
What? So yes, at JA, I've seen people struggle streaming because they don't know how to talk to the camera. If no one's there, they beg callers. Being recorded teaches us to talk to the camera by yourself. There's definitely a certain technique to be able to talk to people. And what I find is like people are a lot of times they're shouting in these streams, and then they have an echo because they think they have to be heard, so they're shouting, and it's like they're angry people trying to get people to come on their streams.
Why are you not here?
So come on into the stream.
My mother said I'm lovable and huggable.
And listen, that's another thing. Like a lot of people that I know that stream can't stream by themselves. And that becomes super visibly uncomfortable for them, because when they don't have people to stream with, or they're on by themselves, it's a train wreck. And so they look for people to stream with, and that's not a way to get better. It's just not. And this is what I'm talking about. There's all these like proper steps that you take, but people try to find the shortcuts. And that's why the regression comes in, because you're thinking, okay, well, this overlay will make that look better. Or this stinger that I'm using is going to make it like all better because it's really cool. But in the end, it's not about that stuff. It's going to be
John,
first.
that's a crutch.
It is. Is like, is your picture look good? Is your lighting look good? Start with that.
I mean, you're right. And I think that's the thing. There is no YouTube university, okay? And there's no standardized test to make sure you know probably the basics to get through, right? And people start to walk, sadly, into what just anything. Maybe I need to rebrand. Maybe my colors are off. Maybe it's all, if I just change my virtual set. And I think we all want to hold on that if we just make one small change, that's what's going to really matter. It's hard to admit. We have to deal with the pain point. We have to get comfortable with the camera, suffer through it a little bit, work on content. Yeah, it's not.
Yeah,
easy.
I mean,
I
and the other thing that people do all the time, and I mean, listen, I'm talking like, if you don't know who Roberto Blake is, like if you guys don't know who Roberto Blake is, let me know in the comments. Just put a yes or no if you know who Roberto Blake is. And so if you know who he is, or a Daniel Battelle or a Dean Niman, I don't know where anybody of these people are going to learn anything, but they tell you don't spend 5 minutes talking about yourself and about where people can find you if you want to get better. Like, because people don't want to hear, if they don't, especially don't even know you, where I need to go to find you on Instagram, on Facebook, on Twitter and Periscope and everything else under the sun, right? They don't care. you're losing people when you spend 7 minutes into your live stream talking about what you're selling and how you're selling everybody.
Yeah.
And I don't want to be sold to. Nobody wants to be sold to. You're the one that's losing in that whole battle. And I say all this stuff, right? And people look at me like I'm dumb in the face. Like, I'm not making this stuff up by myself. I went and listened to really smart people and took the info in that anyone could listen to for free. You don't have to go buy a book to figure this stuff out.
Not at all.
There's no secret
Hey, I
of
just
YouTube in a book. Sorry to tell
There's just
you.
not. No, I'm sad. I dropped the link in for the app I was speaking about. It's called Prompt Smart Pro. There, you can download the free version. Obviously, it's not really that expensive anyway. If you do decide to go with it, but it's really a voice tracking technology that they have. So if you're interested, try it out. I'd like to know your experience. I will be on my second video that I want to work on here shortly. I'm going to use it. I'll let you know my experiences with it. But so far, I'm impressed with the ability to read along at my pace. So I'll let you know. And John, if you could just send me your teleprompter, that would be great. I would use yours. Save some money.
Yeah, it's a good teleprompter. I will use it, and I will use it for the things of when there's a lot of technical numbers or information. That's when it's great, you know. But when you know of how things work and how it operates, you can explain those things. But I will
to your
use
sister what we're talking about here.
Yeah, and you wouldn't use a teleprompter with live streaming. I'm talking about doing the videos that we would be doing. So because we're always talking about not just your live streaming, about how to improve your videos. And so when we talk about how to be productive and get work done faster, this could be another tool to get you there. So so I saw people saying no. Brian Griffin doesn't know who they are. Roxanne doesn't know. Bouger Prepper really doesn't know. So Brian Paul does not know. Roxanne does not know. And I knew he would have to know. Roberto Blake is awesome. If you don't know who Roberto Blake is and you don't know who Dean Nimmin is, you guys should be going to look up them, because here is Ken, who is on his second channel, and he already has one channel monetized. Here is Bracket Reviews, who has one channel monetized already in about a year. Yes, who don't know them, right? Everybody knows them, right? So if I thought at least everybody does. I knew who Roberto was once you mentioned Battelle. Yeah, so Roberto, Daniel Battelle, D. Nimmin, Nick Nimmin. These are the people that you listen to, and you should only be listening to them for approximately 6 months. They give the same information all the time for people who are starting YouTube. Very similar to the things that we tell people, right? Is get your lighting down, get your audio down, worry about the new camera next, okay? Take this step, take that step, and there's definitely ways to fight your way through getting monetized in a year. And it's gonna incorporate live streaming and doing your regular videos. I just went through it. It was hard because when you're not like, when you're doing the kind of stuff that Jeff's doing or I'm doing, where it's your stuff and you're not like manipulating your titles with tying in popular people or popular concepts or popular names or popular, you know, if you talk about anything crypto, it's really popular. If you talk about anything in the news, it can be really popular. Right. And that promotes that person, but also promotes you because it's a key word that everybody's looking up all the time, so you can get a lot of views. But if you're just actually putting you out there, it's harder. But along the way,
you against the wind.
Yeah.
You are fighting white noise on top of white noise. It's rough, but this is, I think, the advantage again of people that want to step out. If they're struggling with that, to John's point, live streaming is hard, but I also feel like if you give it a chance, the live streaming will also make your videos and your experience towards monetization better, because you'll form that community. You'll form a little bit of a group that you feel good with, even if it's only a couple people, that's fine.
Right.
I just think along the way that you'll pick up something from that. Also live streaming, if you're not really sure about what videos or whatever, it can give you a focus on taking small little things instead of doing a long video and just putting it together for a quick stream. So yeah,
Oh,
twins. There you
that
go.
just made me laugh.
Are you Danny DeVito in that twin, or is he?
Right. Yeah, I mean,
right.
listen, you don't, all I'm saying is that the information that they're given, you got to find your own person. And that's not, there's even a girl from Canada. Her name is Annie Dubai. I saw her when she had about 14,000 subscribers about a year and a half ago. I just started watching some of the information that she was telling people because it was useful for SEO and just in general about YouTube, because she had just started a couple years before that. And so I listened to her. I haven't watched her in a long time, but when I was at that point, I was listening to her, and now she has 126,000 subscribers. And a year ago, she had about 14,000 or 20,000.
Oh, wow.
So she's 126,000 subscribers now. So it just goes to show you, basically what could happen to somebody. So you never know. And that was what I was entailing back before was to Joe, flipping sports guy, is that if you might not have an intention, but if something takes off and you're able to ride that wave, you could be blown away where this could take you. So don't be surprised it happens every year. You know what I mean? So it's possible.
Anything is possible.
Anything.
That's for sure.
Got to go check out this teleprompter, prepare for the next video. Hope to do a rewind like yours too. Still have some goals to hit for my channel. Yeah, absolutely. You do.
Let me know, Mateo. I got to try out mine a little bit more too. I'm really, let me know what you think,
John doesn't look anywhere near the Roberto. No, I got about, I would say probably I would have 150 pounds on probably Roberto. And
wow.
We pretty much have the same tan though. And listen, and I don't go to Roberto for tech stuff. I go to Roberto for learning about YouTube, and right. I know there are ways here that people haven't even thought of. I'm talking politicians. I'm talking people that are business owners, where they can reach out into their communities on a live stream. Average people are not doing this and utilizing this. And if they had any clue of how many people they could touch, they would start using it, I can't believe it.
I think there is an issue. I can. There is a little bit of an issue. There is just a little bit of entry to the market that is not easy because there's so many things to know. And then you have to get to the idea of, is this person really going to want to put themselves out there in the public and to present themselves in this way? So that there's just a lot of barriers there that I think don't make it a slam dunk. I think it's a slam dunk to use it as a tool like you're talking about. I don't think you're wrong at all. I think you're 1,000% right. Like, if you're a small business. We just had a wonderful sad story today that a wonderful family that has a restaurant here. With everything that's going on, they're closing shop. So it's another wonderful independent closing shop. Yeah. And and then everybody then gets on Facebook and says, well, let's rally around and start a fund. And it's like, it's too late. Okay. When they start announcing things that they're already sold off half of the thing.
Right.
So maybe if they had gone out there and put the story out, even been honest, saying we're just really hurting here, maybe the community close to Milwaukee here would have come out and routed, and I don't know. Right. But yeah, there's so many. That's the thing. Everything you're saying is true. Right. It's just barriers to it too.
Hi, Mark. Thanks for coming in. I appreciate that, brother. Thank you,
Mark.
Man. Nice to see you.
Hey, that's the pin for every ATM card I have, by the way.
Mark's another great guy. It's just been wonderful meeting him and having some chit chats with him. Another great supporter, great person, and I've just been really
nice to
lucky.
Meet you, Ken.
Really lucky to meet them.
I mean, Mark. I said Ken because I saw Ken.
But
nice to meet you, Mark.
The thing is, everything you said is correct, right? But it literally, I'm not talking about selling them a package of goods. I'm talking about all these people, majority of them have an iPhone or a good Android phone. And we can get them a little shotgun mic. We can get them a little holder, a selfie stick or anything. and they could literally for in under $100 have something that's usable in their restaurant and be able to do some video and connect with people in their local area. I mean, I can't tell you, I know the power of those Facebook groups, and I know other people in here know the power of some of these Facebook groups. I'm not saying I love Facebook. Facebook can be really irritating at times, but there is great power in it if it's utilized correctly. And I think it's just, you got to find that if there's a niche for you for it, and then once you find it and utilize it, it could really be explosive.
You're right in that if you really lay out layers of approaches to utilizing YouTube for your business, you don't have to do what we're doing to this level. You don't have to do live streams, or you don't have to be crazy like we're trying to do it. But you could get your phone, do it a certain way where it doesn't feel so invasive to you and so complex. You're right. So that's a great thought, that there's the minimalist package, right? That's the first one. And then there's the intermediate, and then there's the pro, or whatever, you know what I'm saying? I think it's a great thought to have that intro approach to doing it. That's a great thought. I didn't think of it that way.
I mean, it's just another way to make a connection with people in, like, for instance, I have just a town one. Okay. 10,000 people are in it. 10,000. Every time someone asks about a new place to eat or a roofer or who can take down trees, there's 60 answers. Yep. So it's like,
well, that's my thing. I have a disdain for Facebook, but the truth of it is, like all these services, social service, the truth is they have wrapped their tentacles around all of our DNA. And so to think that we don't rely on them is a myth. The truth of it is, a lot of us hate Facebook, but to release that is really difficult because they spent many, many years grabbing into our clubs, our schools, our towns, our businesses, and wrapping around all that. And then they're like, well, go somewhere else. We can't. So we do have to just make with what we have. You know, there's not really a competition. And to your point, those marketplace stuff, the neighborhood stuff are great opportunities. And you've talked about this for a while. Yeah. I think you're dead on about that. I think that it's great. As much as I don't like Facebook, I think it's a great opportunity. Yeah. And a lot of unutilized potential there.
But it's not about liking or disliking something. That's what you have to get over, right? It's just, is it going to work? I don't like streaming. It doesn't matter.
I mean, it comes down to what your threshold is. If you're willing to make a compromise for whatever you're looking to do, and I make no judgment. If somebody wants to get rid of Facebook, I'm like, if somebody says I don't like Facebook, but I need to do it to survive, I'm like, all right, you know, it doesn't matter. You have to live your universe in your life. I'm very much all about that. So there's no judgment. But with you, I tend to agree that I may not care for the platform, but you know what? It's valuable. It's a valuable resource if utilized correctly. So that is true. Very much so.
I mean, hey, Nick, what's going on, man? What's up, Nick H?
Man, that was loud. That was like your first video loud. Oh, no.
So that is very true, is that first of all, it can be very toxic. There's no doubt, because here's the thing about Facebook. They want you to pay for everything under the sun. So, and they will make sure that their algorithms don't do you justice until you pay for them. So,
look, I mean, this is the thing that people don't get. If you have a Facebook page, you are reaching on every post no more than 6% of your feed, right? People. That's just the reality. And they don't want you to read further than that because they want you to buy the boost ups. And it got less and less. And I saw this as a web designer, less and less. I would always get the feed. I do the Facebook ads. It's a nightmare. So yeah, they basically even if you, as your own personal feed, you are just reaching a small percentage of your feed, your friends. So you're so not even hitting potentials there. You're going to have to pay for the boost to move up in the world with even Facebook.
But that's why I think
the Facebook groups are very powerful if utilized correctly. That is the truth.
That's why I think though your feed is not very effective, but the groups are better because
I think
the group has to, it has to stay there. Everybody's going to see it, and you can have other people comment.
You could funnel,
about it,
if you could funnel people into a Facebook group, that if you can get 100 solid people in a Facebook group, you can do some damage in a business. And then you grade them to 1,000, you can make a living if you do things right. It's amazing what you can do, but
Yeah,
it's a different story.
That's a whole different story.
Didn't mean to sideline that. I didn't.
That's that's a whole nother story.
It's
has to come up
the same
with some,
story.
have to come up with some great ideas for this channel. We need a video of bikini haul with twerking. While I'm definitely going to leave Brian out for the ideas for the channel.
No, I think he's on the team. You are now chairman of great ideas for the J&J show. Welcome to the team.
Yeah, well, the twerking's possible, Brian. I mean, you never know; it could happen. So we'll see.
Could you twerk in that llama outfit, or is it too tight or anything? Or are you?
I'm not
comfortable
twerking in a llama outfit. There's no way.
Why? I just think it's
just not
appropriate,
going to
but whatever.
happen. I want to
There's an
connect
opportunity
with
lost, sir.
other people with similar interests and make some internet friends. I could have advice on being happily married for almost 33 years. I could give advice. Yeah, I mean, that's why you're here, and that's fine, right? Because everybody has a reason, and it doesn't have to be the same reason. And I'm not saying, and that's the thing about Roberto, Blake, or any of these bigger people too. They will always have certain people that will be there, right? And that's fine. But there are people that always have different goals, and whatever your goal is absolutely fine.
Yeah, for sure.
But, my idea of having my channel is to improve the streamers and the YouTubers. And I appreciate the people that just want to chill and hang out and make chat a good time too. There's nothing wrong with that. Along the way, some of you guys here that make it fun anyway are knowledgeable in some of these tech things and enjoy hearing about it too.
Well, I mean, if you've ever been, I always say it's like the bar called like Feed Up. Everybody's going there after the third shift and they're hanging around. And they might be having a beer, they might be hanging around, but there's a lot of information. So if Jimmy over in the corner is like, "Hey, my lawnmower died, I don't know," and then Susie's in the corner tipping a beer, going, "You should go to my guy." I'm just saying. Then it circles around and kind of cycles through all this information. It's really a lot of fun, and then it's back to cracking jokes about John twerking in a llama bikini.
There's Ellie Orchard. Thanks for coming in. Nice seeing you.
Hey, Ellie.
I did get to see you on Ken's stream when you were streaming for your first time with Ken. So it was cool to see you. And like her and her husband, same thing. It's like, that's where people like Ken, myself, other people who are streaming, you could connect with people like us that are doing these like things right now in the moment and get great information of how to succeed. And so keep going. Don't be afraid to start and enjoy yourself along the way, because that was my big challenge with everything. So my idea was I just need to enjoy myself. So
yeah, that's true.
What else you got here?
Don't
forget the llamas.
I like that you're enjoying yourself.
So the other thing that I was saying, and the whole point of me putting those llamas in, was me accepting not to have control over our stream, right? It's hard for me. It's hard for me, first of all. It
is. Yeah.
It's I'm sure it's hard for you sometimes, and I think it's just both of us, and that's why I'm turning my back on you right now. I just had enough. So I
don't care for this. This is passive aggressive. This is not even passive. This is really like right in front of me. Announced aggression.
Sorry. Someone's got to do
it. Are you going to Are you going to do it?
But
that's hilarious.
It's just it's definitely like something where I just had to let things go and be I guess it's always just been hard for me to let someone else have some kind of reign over what I might be doing in the sense of things, because I'm always like skeptical of it, right? Because are people going to do something to ruin something you're building upon? But then the longer that we've gone forward, the more that we've put time together. I mean, Jeff and I literally have hundreds of hours of time together, where at this point, like, I trust him, as a friend. So it's a lot different,
if we lived in the same state together, we'd probably be like marriage common law by now.
We'd be chilling and hanging out.
So many hours. Yeah, we would be chilling. We'd be fighting over like whose studio, just so we don't have to like haul gear over to somebody else's house.
Yeah, and actually, I'm going to
we would be the.
I was going to say, I'm going to do a live stream eventually of how to have a small stream studio and what you would use. I'm going to do a stream.
You and I talked about
step by
too,
step.
and we should do too. We talked about doing you and I going to do a phone stream one night.
No.
Right?
Oh, I can do that. Yeah.
What? Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you mean? No, we did talk about it.
Oh yeah, do this. But I want to do the laptop, A10 mini.
Oh yeah.
Hollyland wireless HDMI's with 3 cameras, a couple tripods, and how you can have a stream studio and be able to make money or utilize it or start a business.
Fair enough. Sure.
Yeah.
I don't have half that equipment, but that's fine.
A brother of a certain age, how are you? Thanks for coming in, man. I deleted my Facebook. You have to say
Respect.
you want. Yeah, you have to say you want to delete it yes, before it's done.
Are you sure?
Is it like, are you
He's
sure?
He's like, brother, are you sure? Are you think about it. Think about it. Things were said. Feelings were hurt. Come back tomorrow. Let's talk about it.
And then they send you emails, right? Constantly like, Facebook misses you. You should come back. Yeah.
Did you have to tell them it's you, not me?
So
breaking up is hard to do with Facebook.
Amateo, specify which one you would want me to do. The mobile studio, the phone stream. Just give me an idea what you were talking about. Are you drinking body? Yeah. So it's okay. They don't, I would like it more if they were a sponsor or maybe, they could be, but, it is Watermelon Body Armor and it's my son's usually. And so my wife will take one of these little things and pour about probably 1/3 of it in a bottle. And then it will be all water and the rest for my son. And so that's how we pretty much utilize it for him. But it is pretty good. It's not bad.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm drinking tea.
Melanie Diane, how you doing? Thanks for stopping in. I appreciate that. How you doing? That's one of StreamYard's representatives right here. She does a lot of work
mics
at StreamYard.
And
so if you ever want to learn about StreamYard or some of the things that she's the one that does the videos of how to go over a lot of stuff to utilize it. So check her out. And she has her own YouTube channel also. And she's always given some good advice and good information. So thanks for coming in, man.
It's good to see you, Melanie.
Appreciate that.
Thanks for coming in.
Yeah. Work husbands. That's not me and him, though. No way.
Come on. You know it's true. You know it's true.
Yeah, it's always good to have another Midwesterner here. And, if I'm not going to hug you, Brian can.
Love it. Virtual hug. I don't know how to do the virtual hug thing, but I'm working on it.
I wonder if I was hoping that I wasn't missing anything here. I just wanted to check. I know. Oh, I'm sorry. I missed this. Whoa, wait. What are your mics? Sounds amazing, but I don't see them. That's why. I don't know if you know this, Melanie. There's not many better streamers out there. I'm just telling you this. I don't know why people don't get it, but go watch anybody you want. I hate it to tell you, but it's just like, why does everybody want to know what we're doing when we're nobody?
The opinion expressed here by the co-host on the left side of the screen does not represent all.
I'm just saying.
Does not represent everybody who might be.
It's so funny. Like, we're basically nobody. And
we are. Look at
we
us.
are. We're
like
dude, nobody.
I have one over 300 whole subs. Me and my team, we're going to storm this world castle. I don't know what we're doing.
So
wouldn't it be funny if YouTube, we could do that? We just storm a castle. That'd be great.
Really quick, Jeff, tell her what mic you're using.
Yeah, this is a Samson. It's a KM137. And I like this mic, actually. And you have a mic I want.
Yeah, I have an Octava
Tava.
0112.
There you go.
And and here's the little tip here, right? It's not a shotgun mic. These aren't shotgun mics. They are both pencil mics. These are the proper mics that you want to have in these conditions. Everybody talks about NT5s. They talk about shotgun mics. When you're in a sitting open position here, a pencil mic with a cardioid or a supercardioid, or perhaps, depending on the mic, a hypercardioid capsule is the way to go. Mine happens to be a hypercardioid, and yours is just a cardioid, right?
Mine is just not just, but it is a cardioid.
It is a cardioid. Yeah, it's just mine is more directional, where it comes the sound really that is being picked up comes out further to the front and more to exactly not to the sides as much. Whereas Jeff's is a little bit more open.
And you could.
But I think yours sounds
my
better.
Pattern.
I always think yours sounds better.
It's like so typical, because John is so postured and he maintains target with Mike, and there's me over here just spinning chairs, So I need a wider pattern because I'm a fidgety little fidgeter, and so I don't know, keep my pattern wide.
And this is why.
Thank you for the compliment, Melanie. That's love. I appreciate that. That's very nice.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I think you sound great. So I think I have to nail mine down a little more. But Bouger Prepper, and this is why I always say, like, feel free to reach out. You can send an email. You can reach us on Instagram, Coffee Talkin' Tech and J.A. Smith, Drum Up Studio. So we have ways to get in touch with us if you want to learn more about anything, or because I am a crazy person when it comes to learning. I just constantly want to keep on learning more stuff about tech. So,
and teaching is learning. Like, you learn so much by teaching. So fantastic.
Steve, my family from Hawaii was on, and you're on at the same time. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, you know what?
Bought me a lovely coffee last Tuesday. I want to just thank him here on public.
Oh, nice. And I don't want to sound like whatever. I know you think that I'm sounding like we sound arrogant, but the thing is, I really.
I was just messing with you, really.
Oh, you were? I've
never. You took that seriously? Come on. Man.
Yeah, I did, because I don't want people. I just feel like I watch a lot of streamers. I watch a lot of people, and I would say that we're on the higher end of the learning scale when it comes to what we're doing. Like, I can't say it enough that this is like 8 months into live streaming, not 8 years, not 3 years, not 2 years. Okay. When you can go through a live stream and not have mess ups and have a limited amount, because you can guarantee something will go wrong. Melanie will tell you, man, it's hard to show things while you live stream and have something not go perfect. Because when something goes wrong, it's going to go wrong when you're showing it. And
100%.
Part of the reason is the nervousness, the idea that everything has to be in a working order, and it's not easy. So when you see people doing live streams where things seem to really keep in some kind of order and not out of control, it's a lot of work.
Have you noticed too? Here's the other issue people don't count on. So you spend all day practicing out your demo, how you're going to lay it out for live.
Yeah.
What we don't count on is you open up vMix or a browser, and it starts to drag a little bit more of your CPU. It starts to drag a little bit more of what's happening on the internet. Things start to usually slow down for some reason, or don't seem as reactive all the time.
Right.
Now, John's gonna be like, I got a best computer in the world. That doesn't matter. Sometimes just adding something extra for 1 second, switching over, alt-tabbing over to, can just do a drag, and you're like, something's hiccuping here that shouldn't be hiccuping. Yep. So, because we don't practice the stream usually while we're streaming. And so that alone can drag not just your focus, but it can also drag your CPU, your graphic card. And so you also wonder, why are things not as
drags your energy down, dude. You're like,
drag your energy.
Dude, I had all this planned out today, and I'm just like, the tech was fighting me, and today's not the day. But I mean,
I was peaking at 5 o'clock, and then you're like, I got 3 hours to go, and then everything's downhill from there. You can't peak early. It's like a musician or an athlete. You got to know how to ramp up your deal to lives. That's another issue. I'll pay it
Yeah.
sometime. All right.
Yeah.
Now, what I did, Darlene, is I just tapped into my neighbor. She's new and she's cool with it. She cuckoo that I
It's
steal her
Tommy.
internet.
Oh. Oh,
he
thank
popped
you,
up.
Melanie.
You got it to work. And Melanie, that's really nice. And yet it looks lovely. I'm
That's
really happy
my-
with this. You showed that
that's-
to me the other night.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's my holiday a super chat that I have.
Okay.
And then you're the first person to actually use it. I really appreciate that.
Yeah.
I really do.
That's very nice. That is very nice on many levels. The support, but also I thought it turned out lovely.
Yeah.
I thought it was wonderful.
I think she's trying to
I
make
enjoyed
friends
that.
with us now.
No, she doesn't like you. She's
I don't think a lot of people do. I think they don't like us. And now she's been coming around a lot.
I don't know
lately.
why. I think we're
I think
okay.
she's saying, you know what, Melanie, you need to be our one of our newer ambassadors. Cashew does all the work. And we need someone else to say that these are the people that some people need to listen to too.
Yeah.
And I'm telling
come
you,
on out. Oh,
it works all kinds
Melanie,
of ways.
we're gonna be good stream buds. We are stream buds now. Stream
Thank you.
buddies.
I really do appreciate
I love that.
Thank you. I really do.
They're sweet.
Um,
Yeah, it's lovely.
so
And
for some reason,
again, we met through live streaming pros. I mean, it's just weird. The world's colliding in April. So I'm just gonna say.
yeah, you know why my mic didn't sound good last week? Because I left the equalizer on for this one.
That's what was going on.
It was muffled.
Because something was a little bit off.
She thinks it's the
Yeah,
mic, but she
okay,
don't know.
Cool.
She doesn't know. Like you don't know because I'm doing everything
What's the
here. But like so when I know how good the 320 sounds. It sounds awesome. And
Did you just dismiss your mom's audio?
no, she doesn't know.
Opinion?
Like she said that it didn't sound good, but this one sounds better. There's
Lord.
no way that this mic sounds better. What happened was I left the EQ on for the 320.
I think here's the deal. In all seriousness, it just depends. Like when I listen to you on the 320, of course, I love your deep John voice that, it's going to start, you're going to take over for Morgan Freeman. But at the same time, there is something with this. There is something with this where there's a nice balance between your low end and high where it doesn't feel as in me. You know what I mean? So I
Yeah.
do like a little bit of this dynamic range without it being so low or so. I just feel like the frequencies are a little bit more balanced in this mic for you. So I think it's clear
when
and yet
I
it's
listen,
low. And
I get you with the highs. It does have a little bit more highs, but and the mids are a little bit where the lows are a little bit off, and that's what this mic does. But the thing is, I don't like the air that I hear because no matter what, that mic is going to sound.
But you
better
shouldn't
right
have
in front
it. Then you're not using your NS1 at all correctly. I don't.
No,
How much
I
air
am.
are you hearing on mine?
Well, I think yours sounds better than mine. That's why. But the thing is, you think mine sounds good.
I do.
I don't though.
You have a little more. You do have a little more fan noise, but I think I have a thought on that though. There is another plugin. I just want to say to you, the WNS plugin. Actually hit 1,000. I just saw it. Aha. Confetti? Anything?
Yeah.
Snow? Something?
Let's give her.
We don't. How often do we have now been on with two people in our lives that hit 1,000 while we're all on doing
That
something.
is so awesome. So I just want to say, Melanie Diane just hit 1,000 subscribers. So congratulations. Ken was the
incredible.
1,000th. So that is awesome. So she gets confetti, and then I think we got to give her I feel like we just have to give Snow because it's that time of
snow?
year. So
It's that time of snow confetti.
yay.
That is so great.
That's
It sounds
awesome.
like Ken said he went over there and he dropped 1,000, and how appropriate it is because Ken's always been a good supporter as everybody in here. So how great is that? I love that.
Congratulations.
It's so
Melanie
great.
Diane.
Yeah, come a long way. Come a long way since April. How, Melanie? It's just life is so different than it was.
Yeah, this year,
Short 8 months ago.
I know we're all plugging for different goals, and I would have never thought that I would have made it where I was in, 13, 14 months to get monetized. I never thought I would be able to do that. It's crazy.
No, it's fantastic. I love it.
But yeah, congrats. That's so exciting. It feels so amazing. So
That is fun. It's good to see.
and
it happen
then
online.
here's her chance to say that if she's got enough hours or not, and perhaps that she should lead us to say, hey, don't be shy to watch some of my playlists over at my channel. So let us know, Melanie, how you doing with the hours, and maybe we need a little bit of watching some playlists over at your channel. So let me know.
You just let us know where you're at. Maybe we get some eyes over there and work up some hours.
Yeah. A lot can happen in a year. So that's awesome.
Sure
yep. People are giving her congratulations, and that's awesome.
Love it. Yeah.
That feeling is amazing because you're getting there. It's like you got the one of those.
And I know it is. I know it must be because of seeing how people react, but also because where I'm at and going, wow, that seems forever away, right? And so I can only imagine as you go through that iteration, how much, like, on your knees crawling over the line at the marathon.
Yes. Okay, so she's at 1,000 subscribers.
Okay,
she says,
3K.
Don't be shy. Watch my playlist. She's telling us, and so she's at about 3,000. She needs 1,000, and so guys, don't hesitate to go over and check out some of her stuff, and do what we need to do to help out, because we've all been there. So,
got to push that over the finish line.
Absolutely, yep, and that's what
I love it.
That's what we do, So. And don't forget about Jay.
I just love that.
Well, he's in the shower.
Oh, he's fine. He's in the shower. That's what's gonna happen, man. Here's I'm gonna have this moment where I'm walking my dog. I'm reaching over to pick up the dog poo, and I'm having a tingly sensation. It's like I feel like I just hit 1,000. That's probably how it's gonna go down for me. But I've enjoyed living through you guys. That's great. It is a great milestone.
Listen, here's the thing. When you have someone that you really appreciate and their content, and they're putting the work in, right? They're not like finding workarounds to get to a certain point. They're putting the work in, and their niche might be a little tight, and they can use some help getting there. Then do what you need to do for people that you really appreciate their content. So,
absolutely, and the energy. I don't know. It's just the energy just comes back on you. And so there's it costs you nothing to put out good vibes and energy and help people out. It just doesn't.
Right.
So
absolutely.
I'm all about it.
Absolutely.
Let's get that playlist on of Melanie's and let's give her some hours. That's what I want to do.
Yeah, I know. And
plus, I need to learn about the StreamYard. Oh, thank you, Melanie. I appreciate that. This is your night, though, and just congratulations. That's really awesome to see what's happened in the last 8 months for our friends.
Elo
Dr.
in
Elo.
the house, and he's doing his work for the Coast Guard. So he's hotel to hotel.
Very cool.
Doing the hard work, keeping our country safe, and another guy that we should always give props to and say thanks to. We appreciate you, Dr. Elo, and the work you do with the Coast Guard.
Yep.
So, and I know it's tough being away from your family this time of year and stuff also.
Oh, yeah. Brutal.
Yeah,
thank you so much. Seriously.
Yeah. But I don't know. I want to kind of wrap it up because it's just been it's been a good night, and it
has.
the whole process of getting to where we are. We could talk so long about it, but it's without the people that are here, really, honestly, I wouldn't have gotten to where I am, and all of us supporting each other wouldn't have gotten. And to be honest with you,
no,
this is just the beginning. It's just the beginning.
We'll celebrate, Melanie.
You guys are great. I'm going to go celebrate with my guy and my daughter. Yes, absolutely. I know it is an exciting time because the number has been pounded, and it's just a matter of time, right? So then you just
now it's just that
put your foot on the pedal.
It's going to happen.
Get some videos out at the same time, and let's watch some playlists, and that you're going to cross the line. So that's the idea.
Yeah, probably pretty quick too, I think.
Yeah.
Pretty quick, I think.
So here is Stuart. How you doing, man? Thanks for coming in. Doing stuff, but hitting the thing. Thank you, man. Appreciate that.
Oh,
that's awesome.
That's nice, Stuart. Well, how's your life going, Stuart, over where you're at? So let's know. Congrats. Everybody's got, I love that. I love that we got a lot of first name stuff going on here. Everybody's always like, congratulations which is a great way to do it because you see your name. But I always like it when they're like, hey, Melanie, hey, so Brian. I like that everybody's kind of got that first name. They don't feel like they have to put up the old that. It's such a cordial thing. And it takes a long time. It's a lot of work to get a wonderful community of this, even this size together.
Yeah.
I know people can appreciate it in here because so many people in here have their own streams, so they get it. And that's why we want to do the same thing. You're welcome, Dr. Lil. Absolutely.
And it's just like, it's just also about getting your wings and moving on, right? Taking what you learned, right? So I took what I learned from the people that I mentioned before, right? I utilized the information that they gave me. I put it to work and I stopped watching them as much. I'll catch here and there, right? And, but I got my wings and I got to the point where I was able to get to a certain point and hopefully just keep on utilizing their ideas and keep on looking for more information about how to learn how to improve, right? And having the time to do it nonetheless too. So that's what's going to happen with people that meet us. You know, they're going to come in, they're going to pick up this knowledge, information. And that's why, like, I know you'll get your wings and you'll go and you move on. But just for our sake, you know, all we can ask for is a subscribe. And then when other people are looking for information, just send more people our way. Because that's how we're going to keep growing and helping people at the same time. And I know, like, you know, I know it's just a matter of time before, like, it will get the word out that we are helping people more and more. So
that is the goal. And then, and just to really make sure we clarify here, that doesn't mean you don't want people to come back or them to come back and enjoy and watch and be a part of what's going on. There's a difference between that and us realizing that at some point we would understand, of course, why you can't, because at some point you stop watching as much and you start doing more. And to Ken's point, I started doing that. I was in so many streams and I learned so much, but at some point I'm like, if I'm going to do anything, I got to balance that a little bit better. And so now I have to be a little more targeted, and you'll ebb and flow with that. It won't always be the same amount of volume in and out. You'll go in hard for a while, come back, balance it out. Maybe not as much as you want. Because
everybody's starting at one level though. So if you're starting like level 1 and we have the ability to help you to level 4, it just means that you're at level 1, then you're learning and you're using those ideas and those conceptions to affect. And then it's like, okay, now I need to move up. I mean, you take a look at some YouTubers, they'll have 50,000 subscribers and they're leveling up to the next level. So everybody is on different levels and you can still keep on learning from people. But it's just a matter of, you utilize what I took in. I could digest it. Like, it's kind of like when you eat protein, your body can only handle like about 30 grams at one time, right? The utilization and so the body will store the extra 30 as fat and it won't get utilized and broken down into what it should be, right? So at that point,
that's my problem.
You can only utilize what you get at that time, what you can afford, what you want to work on, digest it and improve upon it. That's where the problem is with a lot of people that are, what I talked about before, that are regressing. They're not taking in and digesting. They're engorging and not digesting anything. And it's just getting fluffed off, that information.
Well, I found for me, I was taking in so much at one point. It did start to work against me because psychologically it starts to wear on you because A, you realize you're not actually doing, as it's been alluded to, correctly. And B, now what do? I've got so much information. I got so many opinions and some are conflicting each other and blah, blah, blah. So it does start to create a little bit of quite a bit of diminishing return on the effort. So
yes,
it is an interesting thing.
But that's the digestion part, right? Because then you're overeating, right? So you got to take that that little bite, right? I didn't think. So what you have,
well, we try, we do math.
Mitochondria. Your mitochondria has energy, and it's in the form of ATP, adenosine triphosphate. It gets broken down into amino acids and assimilated by your body. Hey, what's going on?
Can we do math? Can we do math next?
No, that's where I fail. Unless it's finance, I am horrible with like anything that goes with chemistry or organic buy, anything like that. I was recording tonight and lurking around where I could find. I'm still impressed at you guys talking 2 hours after 2 hours of live stream, finally saying hi.
Have you met John?
Is this your first time here?
What's wrong with you? Have you taken Corey and Laquita? Are they okay? What have you done? We would like our friends back.
Is using Corey and Laquita's YouTube channel.
They've been hacked. Somebody send over a wellness check over at that channel.
Yeah. What's really funny is for the last 2 weeks, Jeff, what have I said? What have I said the last 2 weeks?
I'm going to do an hour and I'm out. I'm going to do an hour. I got to get some sleep. I got to do an hour. I got to go. Blah, blah, blah. But every time I'm like, well, see it. We're not going to do an hour. Just tell you
eventually
right now,
it's going to be that way.
Oh.
But reminiscing is taking a lot of time up, and I didn't want to rush it. It's because where we are today has been pretty incredible. Well, I guess we didn't reminisce enough. I just talked too much. So it could be information overload. It happened to me with starting my garden. Yeah, and
it's true.
That's exactly what it is. That is exactly what it is.
Try to build a deck, Bourget. Try to build a deck when you don't really know outside, and get all those guys and ladies over at Home Depots and Ace and your uncle and your father-in-law trying to tell you should build a deck, and you're just like, I don't want to do it anymore.
Right.
Of course, I love it.
And then along the way, meeting everybody in this stream, everybody who's come in and out. I forgot you said an hour. Yeah, it's ridiculous. It never happens. I got it. And these are things that I have to get better at too, because really it's just going to make me better at content creation all the way around. I want people to stop in because they're picking up information and honestly, sometimes condensing it is better for a lot of people. So, but coming full circle.
You are not, John.
What?
You are not the Cliff Notes of streamers. I'm just telling you right now.
No. I enjoy talking a lot, and I enjoy.
No, I love it. I'm not saying. I'm glad you're not
dropping this stuff because people don't feel comfortable saying what I say. I know they cringe if I was to say some of the things other people that I say, they won't say it. Mm-hmm. Like no one's gonna say some of the stuff that I say because they're afraid of repercussions, but the truth is the truth. And sometimes it's got to be a little bit harsh around the edges sometime for people to realize like, I was watching Roberto Blake.
Is it harsh or honest? I mean, this is the whole thing.
It's honest, but people take it as harsh. I always go through this. Always.
Okay. So it's not the message, it's the reception.
So Roberto Blake was talking yesterday. A dude was asking him, he's like, I want to do videos, but I'm just not motivated to do the videos.
Okay.
Okay.
Well,
so Roberto Blake is like,
easy answer for you.
Instead of Roberto Blake going, well, you're not motivated. So then what is that? If you're not motivated to do your own stuff to be successful, no one else can be motivated for you. But you know what? He didn't say that. And I was a little bit shocked because he was kind of a little bit harsh a little bit earlier, but I almost felt like all of a sudden he put these gloves on because I made a comment in the chat saying, this sounds like I'm talking to my 10-year-old son. And
okay, there we go.
All of a sudden,
how did that land?
No one said anything about it, but all of a sudden it felt like Roberto put these gloves on and he says, what you need to do is you need to find a way to be more disciplined. And so even if you don't want to do it,
misses the mark.
If you're disciplined, I think it does too, but it was better than saying, if you don't want to do it, then you're not going to do it. It's like, that's what I would have said. Because honestly, here's the truth of the matter.
Right.
9 out of 10 times, if you're doing what he's doing, you're investing in that person, it's a waste of time. Okay.
I mean, if you're telling somebody to be disciplined, John, then what the connotation is, okay, well, desire is not the problem. You're just not very productive. That's not really the issue though, with this. I think you got to do something else if you're not passionate about it. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know why. I don't know if it's because the friendship that we made with Ken or not or whatever. But he says there aren't many 2-hour streams I'll watch though, and it's like I don't like what like I don't know. I sometimes I wonder, why or what is it? Is it because I don't know? I guess you just got to like the person, and I guess that's the whole thing about finding your tribe, right? And people that you congeal with, and.
Chat isn't always, not everything about chat is learning every minute that you're there. So people go to chat for a variety of reasons. They come to consistent if people are consistent, they will show up for a variety of reasons:
Right.
information, laughing, learning, lifting. There are a lot of reasons to be there, and it's a cyclical thing. So, entertainment, comfort,
Yeah.
knowing people's first names. I don't know, man. Why do people go to a bar?
I think that's what it comes down to. You're doing it for the wrong reasons at that point, right? Because
Yeah, that's where you should have. I'm surprised Roberto Blake didn't hone in on it real quick and say, "Well, I think we need to discuss the problem here is what is your motivation?"
yeah, but you know what?
If
Someone, to be honest with you, he's got something to sell, and he can help people that are looking for direction. So why is he going to push somebody away? And in my eyes, I have something to sell myself. But the fact of the matter is, I would rather invest more time and energy in someone that's saying, I want to do this, rather than somebody that says, well, I kind of want to do this, but but I like to sleep in on Saturdays. I don't really want to get up and do the work. That's not going to really hone into my time is valuable. And so unless you are going to pay me, then I don't want to invest in that person. So, but.
Well, I don't think there's an upside probably for Roberto Blake in that position to be harsh. So he saw that and realized that's not an energy I want to put out there for other people.
Exactly.
There will be a possibility. So
Yes.
I guess, as I sit back and think about it, makes sense.
Yes, right. It does. And he's, a very smart businessman. So.
Well, he has a lot more on the table than I do. So
Yeah,
there you go.
absolutely. So if you're learning something, you will watch. We sit and watch
Yep.
a movie that just entertains us. So if you're learning, it's more worthwhile. There's no doubt about that. So,
When you learn more too is when you're comfortable and you're laughing and you're, all that stuff too. So,
yeah,
so you hope to build all of that into what you're trying to do as a community, I think.
all right. So I think we need to call it a night, but I just want to say that, there's 18 people in here right now. And it's not everybody that comes into these streams, but once again, I just want to say from the bottom of my heart that the people that have invested in us and have helped us, because I know we toot our horn, right? At least I do, about the quality of
You
the
have
streams.
to a point, though. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. There's a line. I don't think there's anything wrong being
I'm
proud
just
of what you're
saying,
doing, and
I want to point
also
it out,
acknowledging it.
because we work our butts off with trying to get this decent. 20 people in here. That's great. So I work our butts off with trying to improve the look of our stream, the sound, everything about it.
Right.
And I just want people to realize that it's hard work, and that this is a look that someone's only been streaming for about 7 months. So when you guys go watch the other channels where they've been doing it for years, okay, then just try to figure out how much work that we put into this, hundreds and hundreds of hours with learning it, learning the software, learning the hardware, learning the ins and outs of what it takes to keep moving and motivating yourself on YouTube. And so I just want to make that note that it is hard work, but we would have never got here without the people out there. And so you guys showing up is what makes it happen. And you guys caring about us, and Ken saying that he watches, for the reasons of, that he does. And I don't even know what those reasons are. And everybody has a different reason. And that's what I welcome, all those reasons. And I enjoy the chat, and I enjoy the funny comments that come up, and I enjoy the good energy, and I enjoy being here live streaming with Jeff and chilling and making it what it was, because this year was hard as heck for my family, hard as heck moving.
It was for you.
The move was a rough move. Everything about starting a new school system for my son. So I just want to say that this year coming to an end has been truly wonderful. And moving into the rest of December, I want to have a couple of those chill streams. I want to have a couple hangouts. I want to hear more stuff about you guys and how everybody's doing, and still come on in and talk to us about what maybe your needs are, or what you're looking for Christmas ideas to get. Just have fun, man. whatever it is. And if you, and in that Christmas week, I'm not going to do something on that Thursday. I'm going to do something light and fun, and I want to just be spontaneous, and I want to enjoy that Christmas week. So, but my birthday is next week, and I think I'm going to come in for the stream on Thursday and chill and have some fun and have a good time. So everybody that's out there,
Wearing a onesie.
thank you so much. I want to thanks, Roxanne was in here earlier. She was first to leave a comment and have some fun in here, drop some good energy. Cashew, like always. My mom dropping great energy, always saying hello and being part of the streams and watching the streams. And new people like Bouger Prepper, who only came in here a few weeks ago. And the people that have been here from day one, like BC Paul and Sammy, and all the crew from that I met in Lita. New people like Ken and the Bearded crew and the eBay resellers that we recently met. Everybody as a whole and anybody that I forgot. Just been a great year overall. So thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. So
Absolutely. Well put.
all right. So yeah. Oh, don't forget Vinny, by the way. Don't forget Vinny because
Oh,
yeah. I want to just not forget Vinny because out of all the people that I'm friends with, right, through high school and stuff, Vinny is is the only person that comes in here and drops a little bit of hello and spends a lot of time in here with us as of late. And then I've had a couple other people say hi and subscribe and stuff, but it's great having an actual high school friend come in here that I know as well as Vinny. So that's really awesome.
We kid, but Vinny is a giver, and he's been one of a source of energy. And
Absolutely.
And
he's funny.
So yeah.
So
yeah, absolutely.
yeah, thank
We
you,
should
man.
talk,
Thanks,
Bouger,
Steve.
about the gardens.
Another new person.
Yeah, thank you, Steve.
Absolutely. And the prepper crew that's come in here. That group has been great. Cashew brings in new people. It's fantastic. And so it means the world to me, and getting to know everybody more and more has been awesome. Jim is a new guy too. And, Dr. Allen. And so, all right. So I think we're going to call it a night and, chill. And I'll come back in the back door and talk to you for a little bit. And then I'm going to head off to bed. But, I just want to thank everybody again. Have a great night, guys. It's been fantastic.
That's great.
And
Seriously.
we'll catch you Tuesday. Don't forget J.A. Smith's stream. If you're new in here, J.A. Smith at J.A. Smith, and he streams on Tuesdays at 9 p.m. Eastern also. And just don't forget about his stream on Tuesdays. No one should forget. I don't know. I don't know if I like this mic. Might sell it to you.
You got to. Oh, that's hilarious. I will buy it. So if you sell it to anybody else, we will no longer.
I was wondering if you're going to laugh. That was funny.
I still, by the way, I wrote you early. I know we got to go, but
right.
I just got to say in front of everybody, for a guy who is such a coffee drinker, how do you not own a coffee grinder? Because
I'm not a coffee creeper. Like, I'm not one of those guys that has to have the bestest coffee. I've been talking about it. I want to get a grinder. I want to do pour overs, and I want to enjoy coffee. Right. I want to get into this thing. It's going to be because I love coffee.
Yeah, I don't. I'm not talking about a $5,000 grinding up. I'm talking about like a $20 grinder from Kohl's, just to zzz, and then put it in your normal thing. I don't. All of a sudden now you're doing cold pressing. I'm not talking about that stuff.
I know.
It's ridiculous. You're so nuts.
She's going to give me one more dollar than you if she does. Anyway, I'll give it to Cashew. Really? Anyway, I'll give you
one more dollar in Jay's best. No. Stop running up the price of the mics, Cashew. What's wrong with you?
I'll just give it to Cashew.
We got to have a talk. Oh, no. See, I don't like this. This has gone sideways. I'm a victim.
I think we got to go. Should I play music going out, or what do you think?
I want to dance.
You want to dance a little bit?
Please play the music. I do. I got to get my grooves on. It's Christmas time. It's holidays. Whatever. Everything. Oh, that's...
Something like that?
Yeah, there we go.
It's not bad. All right, guys. Thanks. Have a great night. See you on the next one.
I got a whip.
Ow!